As you can see, I'm repping that BMT.
BMT.
The black man travel.
I watch my family unravel. With no man, I bought a ticket just to travel. That's the plan, to treat us just like cattle. Understand, you hear that snake tail rattle. In the boat sinking, holding no paddle. In the matrix, wanna treat us like chattel. Where's the queens at that don't wear saddles? BMT, yeah, cause black men matters. How you living, yeah, the black man shot. You keep talking, you think the black man flop. Picking battles and now this black man's out. Now they hate what comes out of black man's mouth. This is my world, we made it, this is my land. Brazil, Colombia, back to Thailand. You can have it with Satan and do the fire dance. While I'm hopping that flight to do my dance. Catching flights, not feelings, it's a battle. So many sleepless nights, not just Seattle. Hey, the black man climbing up the ladder. Passport, no Pookie, dibble and dabble. Black man travels.
Black man travels.
As you can see, I'm repping that BMT.
The black man travel.
I watch my family unravel. With no man, I bought a ticket just to travel. That's the plan, to treat us just like cattle. Understand, you hear that snake tail rattle. In the boat sinking, holding no paddle. In the matrix, wanna treat us like chattel. Where's the queens at that don't wear saddles? BMT, yeah, cause black men matters. How you living, yeah, the black man shot. You keep talking, you think the black man flop. Pick your battles and now this black man's out. Now they hate what comes out of black man's mouth. This is my world, we made it, this is my land. Brazil, Colombia, back to Thailand. You can have it with Satan and do the fire dance. While I'm hopping that flight to do my dance. Catching flights, not feelings, it's a battle. So many sleepless nights, not just Seattle. Hey, the black man climbing up the ladder. Passport, no Pookie, dibble and dabble. Black man travels.
The black man travel.
All right. We are live. Welcome, family, to another show. I want to give a quick shout out to my guy, Big Bass, for the intro song. Everybody's loving the intro song, man. Appreciate that, Big Bass. That's him on the beat and the lyrics. I want to give a special shout out to my dude, Big Bass. Unfortunately, guys, I do have some bad news to give you. We did lose one of our travel bros last week, or actually earlier this week, unfortunately, out there in Medellin, Colombia. I just want to give him, our brother Nicholas, a rest in power. I did meet Nick in passing a few times, actually, in Sweet Georgia Cafe. Real good, brother. He was a constant, frequent traveler to Medellin, Colombia. I'm just going to play a real quick clip by a guy, DC Born Rob. I want to give a shout out to DC Born Rob as well. He does a lot of news updates out there in concerns of Medellin, Colombia. So I'm going to go ahead and catch the playback after this. Very unfortunate news. Let me go ahead and pull this up right now. Salute to you, Jay Clyde. So this is a clip right here. Right here. Let me just go ahead and play this. Let me move this out the way. All right.
For several days, tenants of the building felt a strange smell coming from the foreigner's apartment. It says the authorities began investigations for the discovery of a body in an advanced state of decomposition in Belén neighborhood, Medellin. After 6 p.m, uniformed officers were alerted by the discovery of a man's body inside a house. According to preliminary information, it would be an American, approximately 57 years old. Apparently, several days ago, the tenants of the building smelled a bad smell that came from the apartment of the alleged North American. And only today, when they went in to clean it, did they find the body. At this time, the Judicial Police of the Mobile Criminalistics Laboratory is in charge of urgent acts and judicial inspection of the corpse to be transferred to the local legal medicine morgue and determine the cause of death. Okay, this one was from Minuto 30. just so you know, it has been said that, or there are rumors, should I say that, until anything is official, there are rumors that he was drugged. Whether or not this is true, I cannot report that. I'm just passing on. It's a rumor. It is not mentioned in either of these stories. Okay, this next one is from El Colombiano. It's entitled American Who Was Missing Found Dead Inside a House in Bethlehem. His body was found in an advanced state of decomposition after he had been missing for a week. A strong odor coming from an apartment located on the 5th floor of a building in the Belén Los Alpes neighborhood warned of the death of the U.S. citizen who had been missing since last week. The discovery occurred around 5:15 in the afternoon this Monday on Calle 30 with Carrera 81 in the southwestern neighborhood of Medellin by the neighbors who saw him without vital signs on his bed. Realizing what had happened, they alerted the authorities.
All right, so I just want to give a rest in power to Nicholas. Like I said, we're not really quite sure if he got drugged. The unfortunate thing about Colombia is it's going to be difficult, getting the true facts. I would think it would be easy to see if it was foul play, if any valuables were missing from his apartment, but we don't know at this point. So very unfortunate event. And like I said before, man, I tell guys to be very careful in Medellin, Colombia. It really overseas in general. Be careful. We're not from there. Their judicial system is a little different, unfortunately, and we don't really know exactly, the details, and we might not ever really find out the details of exactly what happened. So very unfortunate, but I definitely want to say rest in power, Nicholas. Very good brother. Like I said, I met him a few times in Sweet Georgia. So when I heard the news, was it yesterday? Very sad, very sad. So rest in power to him. Very unfortunate, guys. Very unfortunate. All right. Shout out to QB Willie B, QB Passport Flexing, $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, BMT, keep up the good work. Appreciate that, my bro. Appreciate that. Like I said, we don't really know. I don't want to spread any rumors or anything. We're not really sure exactly what happened, how he passed away. He was 56 years old, a little older, but I heard that he was in shape for the most part. So we're not really quite sure. But once again, very unfortunate news, guys. Really be safe. I know we go back and forth in the group sometimes about safety and concerns of traveling overseas, but you really got to be safe. Pay attention to all your surroundings and be careful who you allow, in your domicile. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened to Nicholas. I'm just saying in general, you definitely got to be careful out there overseas. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. Somebody says still safe in the ATL. Is it out there in Thailand bump something, man? Okay. All right. So guys, I'm gonna be back on the playback. Let me go ahead and play this real quick and we'll be right back to get the show started.
Be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just have to get off the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. We representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I got to do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more. All right, nice. Nah, you're welcome. All right. All right, we're here. We are back. We're back in full effect, man. I wanted to show today just you guys can get the thumbnail exactly, what direction is the passport bro movement headed in right now. I know we've been having a lot of press lately. The movement is growing strong. A lot of guys from 18 all the way up to 65 are getting their passports and traveling. I've been on this message pretty consistently for the last, I would say, about 3 to 4 years. So when I came back from Brazil, that was my big boy trip. Shout out to everybody in Brazil. I see a lot of guys out there in Brazil loving it, living up. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to Master Teacher. He's out there as well. I actually was in Brazil for about 8 months before I moved to Thailand. So shout out to everybody in Brazil. Let's see who all we got in the building before we get the show rolling. Shout out to my dude Jay Clyde in the building. What up, Jay Clyde? We're going to chop it up today, man. Shout out to Global Paper, Miles and Balls for Life. Shout out to you, bro. We got Splash Wave in the building over and over, and another one. It concerns, I guess, about the what happened in Medellin, Colombia. This is why you stay in Thailand, huh? Thailand is safer. I was just telling a friend of mine, my boy Dre, he might come on the show later on. That they really take care of their tourists here and their expats here in Thailand. It's a little bit more paperwork, the visa situation, you got to really handle that. But they make sure that expats and tourists are in a safe environment for the most part. You can walk around. In most cases, you can walk around, Thailand and Bangkok and Pattaya 4-5 in the morning. Go to ATMs and all that good stuff without any major issues. So that is true. It is a little bit safer out here in Thailand. Thailand just, it's a longer trip. It's further, but in my opinion, it is much safer. Not only than South America, but it's safer than North America as well. All right. So I will say that. Shout out to Death to Beta. He says, "What up, Aaron? What up, bro? What's going on with you?" All right, we got some guys heading to the Philippines. I've been hearing a lot of good things about the Philippines as well, man. It's just not Thailand and Southeast Asia. You got Philippines, you got Laos, you got Vietnam. Got a couple of cats loving Vietnam right now. Got a couple of guys over there in Bali. They really enjoying Bali. So, you just kind of skip around Southeast Asia. Everything is about an hour to 2-hour flight away. It is very reasonable. If you use a VPN and you get the prices in the, I guess you want to say the Thai baht. So if you out here and you want to skip around, you can use a VPN number, and then the tickets will even be even cheaper. Most of the tickets going to be around $100 or less. Like an hour, 2-hour flight. You can use Air Asia or something like that. So it's not very expensive to be able to skip around Southeast Asia. All right. We got Charles Key Sr. in the building. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. How's it going? I see you out there. You changed the profile. What up? What's good with you? Somebody said hey, we're gonna get off Lucario for right now, man. This is that was last episode. But shout out to Lucario, man. Lucario will be talking in circles. Y'all already know how Lucario gets down. All right. Let me play this little clip real quick, man. Let's lighten up the mood a little bit here. Let me play this little quick clip. Of course, we got more haters, That's what comes with the territory. Here we go. I don't know what it is about these guys with these messed up hairlines coming for passport bros. I don't know. I can't put two and two together, but for some reason, guys with messed up hairlines want to talk stuff about the passport bros. Here we go.
Like, you passport bros are pathetic. Like, spending your money getting a passport to go overseas to get some coochie, thing that's going to be much easier. But those women are going to use you
what's up with Buddy Hairline,
their green card, for your green card. And you can't escape modern women because they're everywhere. The dysfunctional women are everywhere.
Hold on.
It's worldwide. So you're wasting your time going overseas.
You're wasting our time going overseas. Okay.
And if the women aren't checking for you in the U.S. over here, they ain't checking for you overseas.
Hold on. Let me play that one more time. Hold on. Let me play that one more time.
Like, you passport bros are pathetic. Like, spending your money getting a passport to go overseas to get some coochie, thing that's going to be much easier. But those women are going to use you for their green card, for your green card.
Not true.
And you can't escape modern women because they're everywhere. The dysfunctional women are everywhere. it's worldwide. So you're wasting your time going overseas. And if the women aren't checking for you in the U.S. over here, they ain't checking for you overseas.
All right. Look, they might be in San Domingo or something like that. But yeah, just more passport haters. Like I say, furthest from the truth. I don't know that 90-day
Like, you
fiance.
passport bros are
Hold on.
pathetic.
Hold on.
Like,
that 90-day fiance thing got everybody messed up right now. To actually believe some of the things that they be saying. Most of these guys don't even have passports. I suggest, bro, probably go get a haircut or something. I don't know what's going on with these guys with the messed up haircuts, talking down on the passport bros. Some shout out to MOT with $10 super chat. Appreciate that, MOT. He says, yeah, modern women aren't checking for you either, but you are defending them. What's the solution? That's the question you want to ask yourself. What is the solution? If you don't like dating in America, the simple solution will be spend more time outside of America, travel the world, enjoy yourself. It's more things to it than just the women. That's what I want to talk about today, because I have plenty of shows about, the benefits of becoming a global citizen. I think that's being overshadowed right now by just everybody speaking on the foreign women. I try to remind you guys that, hey, man, relationships are tough. All right, no matter where you go in the world. But I will say, if you want a traditional relationship, all right, if you want more time that you can invest in a relationship, then you have a better chance of doing that overseas, where the cost of living overall is lower. So that's what I want to talk about today for the most part. All right, just benefits. You go from America, everybody's working, she's working, you're working 50, 60 plus hours a week. Now, I will say that people overseas, they work a lot too. People work here 5-6 days a week on average, but even that being said, you still have, in most cases, if you're American, you still have more income that you benefit off of becoming, being a global citizen. Basically, your dollar goes a whole lot further versus you living in any major city, New York, Atlanta, Houston, anything like that. You're going to be paying upwards of, let's say, anywhere from 12 to $3-4 grand a month for a 1-bedroom, something like that. And it keeps going up. Inflation is just hitting everybody over the head right now. Insurance is high. Everything is super high. But you can take the money that you make, you can get an online job. By the way, guys, let me drop a link real quick for you guys. I posted this link a while ago, actually, maybe about a month or two ago, maybe like last month sometime. I want to give a shout out to Andre and Adria Crossing Borders for providing the 300 jobs list, online jobs for you guys. All right. So that you can follow that link right there. Somebody says I still got the Any Animals video. I think I still do got that video, MJ Hines. But yeah, guys, if you're looking for an online job, I just posted a link in the chat room so you guys can check out some of them online jobs as well, man. You guys can, get an online job, man, and spend a little bit more time. My thing is, in my opinion, you should do some traveling before you really just lock down on one spot and decide to live there or relocate there. All right. A lot of guys are moving from Dominican Republic. They coming out here to Thailand. You got guys, moving from Brazil going to Colombia. So you definitely want to do your due diligence and your research on where you decide to spend, or get a visa or get some type of citizenship overseas for the most part. All right. You just don't want to pop up somewhere. Let's just say you're on vacation the weekend. You decide to yourself, hey, I want to move overseas. I want to move here. Do your research first, man. Make sure it's a good environment. Make sure there's some other expats around that you can kind of learn from, even if it's just to start out with. I know a lot of guys don't want to be around other expats. Trust me, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I try to shy away from some of the crazy expats as well, or some of the guys who live out overseas as well. But there is like a community, an expat community in most of these countries that we're in. You're going to find a pocket of Westerners or Americans that you can kind of chop it up with, talk to, and learn and network with. And that's very, very important, not only to your survival, but just to your stay overseas. Talking to veterans out there or other expats goes a long way, and they'll save you a lot of time, a lot of headaches, and a lot of money. So you definitely want to do that as well. All right. Somebody said, what up, BMT? Taking my first trip at the end of the month, thinking Cartagena. Cartagena is dope, man. Just be safe. Like I say all the time, man, be safe. Overseas in general. Somebody said gun violence is way worse in America. No cap. Yeah. I mean, let's not get it twisted, man. North America is it's a pretty dangerous state as well. All right, you have a lot going on. The only thing I would say in North America is, generally speaking, you're not as much of a target in most cases because you're going to blend in and just go with the flow of everybody else, unless you're wearing, hundreds of $1,000s worth of jewelry. This is why I say do not, under any circumstances, wear jewelry in South America in general. I don't suggest it. And we did have a post in the Passport Bros group a couple of days ago. Some guys that was out there selling jewelry. Like I say, I don't want to knock the guy's hustle. I actually know the guy. I met him in Brazil, so shout out to him. But he was saying that it's just all about the way you move. And listen, man, if you in Colombia or if you anywhere in South America in general and you wear jewelry, I promise you, I would not hang not one day with you. All right. I'm not going to be, I'll give you a dap. Hey, what up, bro? How you doing? Sometimes I try to tell the guys, take the jewelry off. Sometimes I can tell by the guy's vibe. They don't want to hear it. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm not going to be around them for too long. And I don't suggest you be around guys that wear jewelry in South America either, because, more than likely, 9 times out of 10, you will attract unwanted attention. All right. You will attract unwanted, and they don't know that those chains are fake, by the way. Everybody's going to, under the assumption that you're American, you're basically rich, you have money, all right, you have it to give, so they're going to come and take it, all right? And, people, they don't know if you're a rapper. They don't know. Like I said, most guys wearing, from what I could see, when I was in Medellin, living in Medellin, a lot of guys were wearing fake jewelry, but the robbers don't know that the jewelry is fake. They're going to assume that it's real every time, all right? So just be careful around that. I wouldn't even be around anybody that rocking your jewelry. I've seen and heard some crazy events when it comes to jewelry and drugging out there in Colombia. In Brazil as well, too. You got to be careful in Brazil. I know Brazil don't get a lot of bad press and concerns of the robberies, but you still got to be careful in Brazil as well, guys. All right? And the thing is, you don't even need it. That's the issue I have. You don't even need in the jewelry. Women are going to be more impressed by you knowing their language than any amount of jewelry you're going to wear. I'm telling you that every time. I've seen guys talk to women with their jewelry on. Then some guy comes in, American comes in and speaks Spanish fluently and takes the women right on up out of there. All right. Shout out to Gail at Night in the building. Appreciate the Gail at Night. Get the lights up. Yes, fellas, please do me a favor and get those likes up. We in here. We're going to chop it up today. All right. Yeah, you'll get no jewelry. You don't even need it. That's the thing. You don't even need the jewelry anyway, man. You really don't need it. All right. You don't have to do as much peacocking as you do in America to attract a beautiful woman overseas. I promise you don't. Trust me. I promise you, if you don't. Somebody said Argentina is much safer or much better and a lot cheaper. All right. I've heard some good things about Argentina as well. Yep, learn the language, man. Very, very important. I got Edward Anderson in the building. What up, Edward? It's been a minute, man. What's going on with you, bro? Somebody said keep your baller mindset in the States. Yeah, keep it in the States, man. Most definitely. Somebody said, technically speaking, per capita gun violence is way worse in Latin America per 100,000, but I still rock with Latin America more. All right. Somebody said they can take my $30 chains, is all good. You don't even want them to do that, man. You don't even want to attract that attention because they're going to take that cell phone too. They're going to take everything on your person. All right. Those people, man, let me tell you something, man. I've heard some really crazy stories out there in Medellin. I mean, you got people that will really work on you. They'll telling you, they'll sit in the cut for days at a time. They'll figure out where you live, all that good stuff. They'll run up in your crib. I've heard all types of stories of, people microdosing people out there with like a little bit of scopolamine in their coffee every morning, being set up by maids and guards, all types of stuff out there, man. So why would you even want to put yourself in that position? What you want to do is you want to try your best to blend in with everybody else if it's possible. You're already American, so you already got a target on your back as is. all right? Because people assume that, hey, you have money, you have money to get a plane ticket and travel, all right? That's still, a lot of people traveling now, but that's still, some big stuff, especially if you're able to spend long amounts of time overseas. That's not necessarily normal to everybody else, all right? So they assume that you're well off. You're American, your money goes a whole lot further. We take for granted, we see, we have, we rock Jordans and nice clothes. We just take it for granted when out there, man, it can get real serious real quickly. I remember I was wearing some Jordans one time, and I tell you right now, that was the last time I wore Jordans, because I told the guy, I said, hey, man, I don't have no money for you. Apologies. I don't got nothing for you. And he was like, yo, you got some money. You got Jordans on. And that was the last time I put them Jordans right on up in the closet. Last time I ever rocked Jordans on Diaz. All right. All right, let me give a shout out to another guy, another super chat here. All right, shout out to Mayor 963 with the information with $9.99 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says, also want to share that there are many large companies such as Boeing, Airbus, Siemens, military bases with overseas positions that offer great pay and benefits. Great comment, bro. Great super chat. All right, I see you got the NBA 2K there too, man. You don't want no part of that NBA 2K, bro. But shout out to Mayor 963 as well. He was just let me read that one more time for you guys. He says, I also want to share that there are many large companies such as Boeing, Airbus, Siemens, and military bases with overseas positions that offer great pay and benefits. All right, guys. All right. So keep that in mind as well. Let me go ahead and drop this list one more time for you guys too. And once again, shout out to Andre from Love Crossing Borders for the list. All right. Let me go ahead and put that. So what I want to talk about today, man, is, like I said, the movement is getting bigger. It's getting out there. A lot of guys getting their passports. That's a great thing, in my opinion. A lot of guys are starting YouTube travel channels. That's a good thing too. Guys giving you good information. But once again, man, I just want to kind of see what direction we headed. And I see a lot of guys, in hip hop. Shout out to Tony Yayo. I think Tony Yayo watches the movement. I'm not sure. He just started something called Passport Boys or something like that on Instagram. So shout out to him. I'm pretty sure that, that whole G Unit crew have been traveling for a long time. The thing it's almost like it's bittersweet in a way to me, because like probably many of you as well, I really don't want to attract the wrong people overseas. You know what I'm saying? By just keep on talking about the women and how beautiful the women are and how submissive, the women are and all that good stuff. Listen, like I said before, if you're looking for a traditional relationship, overseas, in my opinion, is where it's at. All right. Because most guys are going to be more comfortable with a traditional relationship. And you definitely had that overseas. The thing is, man, when you keep putting the women at the forefront of the movement, you're going to attract all types of characters. And I've seen it personally, especially out there in Medellin, Colombia. I know I keep mentioning Medellin, Colombia, but that's where I lived the longest overseas. And I would see guys in their 40s and their 50s will come out there. All right, they'll move from America. They might be getting a check, or they might have some type of online hustle or whatnot. And these guys get hooked up on drugs, man. They'll start running with the wrong crowd, even in their 40s and 50s. Y'all want to blame so much the stuff going on with the young guys, but from my experience, the young guys be all right overseas. You know what I'm saying? There's some of these older guys that I see get hooked up on cocaine and Tootsie and all that and start running the streets and doing all types of monkey stuff overseas. You're like, bro, if you weren't doing that in America, why would you come over here and start to experiment with hard drugs? I always stayed away from anything concerns of hard drugs overseas, man. You don't even want to get involved in that. I've seen guys go down a real bad road with that. Unfortunately, like I say, guys be, they get excited. It's something new. We say all the time, when you travel overseas, it's like you go from 40 to 25 again. All right. Everything is new. Your environment's new. The air is different. All right. You're going to start attracting, beautiful women. It's a lot of temptation going on, a lot of temptation going on. And I see guys kind of lose their way to a certain degree. All right. And that's the thing, man. I really want to keep this movement genuine. productive. You know, I see a lot of guys are opening up businesses overseas. I love to see that. If you see on the Patreon, I have a tier called International Investors, where I give guys information. I interview different guys who have businesses overseas. I know a lot of guys do want to start businesses overseas. There's a couple of guys that have businesses. Actually, it's quite a few guys that actually have businesses here in Thailand too. You got guys with businesses in the Dominican Republic. You got guys with businesses in Colombia as well. Maybe not so much Brazil. I know Brazil has a lot of red tape and concerns opening up a business. So you definitely want to do your research and be careful in concerns of opening up businesses overseas. So that's the positive part of the movement. And I think that's the part that's being overshadowed as well. Because like I said, everybody talks about the women, you know, and that's what guys want to talk about. And that's cool. All right. But I promise you, at some point, you know, the women will become, you know, I'm not going to say routine, but they're going to be there, man. They're going to be there. What you want to do is you want to stay focused on your resources at all times. That's what you want to do. All right. Because there's a lot of benefits that you can take advantage of overseas. I see these guys from other ethnic groups, man. They come and they bind up whole blocks overseas, man. They really are. You know, you got, you know, hotels in some of these countries are the price of a single family home in a lot of cases. All right. And these hotels are in tourist areas where you can make tons of money. All right. So I just want to cover that part right there. Because like I said, once again, I feel like the movement is being overshadowed by the women, you know, by people talking about the women on every stream. You know what I'm saying? Every video, every stream, you know, people talking about the women. And the women are dope. Don't get me wrong. The women are dope. But it's more to it than that. All right. Let me catch some of these comments. Let me look at Black Male Edition. True women are part of the journey. Yeah, they're part of the journey. Yeah, you're right. Enhanced utility. He says true women are just part of the journey. That's very true. Well, they keep getting used. Where that one OG that keeps getting used and abused in Colombia? I don't know who that is, bro. I have no idea what you're talking about. You got Azrael first his name in the building. You got the son Wilson. He's also a member. Appreciate that, bro. Shout out to Marcellus. I believe that's how you pronounce your name, bro. He says, does anybody have experience with Sao Paulo, Brazil? Is it okay to wear Jordans? I would assume so. Sao Paulo getting money, man. Be careful out there, but I assume I really don't wear Jordan because most of the time the roads are kind of jacked up overseas in most places. So I typically don't even wear the J's outside unless I'm going to a club or a bar or something. All right. I was outside every day. Most locals are wearing design fake, so it doesn't matter. Hey, you know what? Everybody's different, man. You know, some people say you don't get pressed. I don't know how long you was in Medellin, bro. I don't know if you were there for maybe a weekend or a week or so. You know, I lived there for quite some time, and I got pressed up for wearing some Jordans. So I don't suggest it personally, you know. But maybe you got small feet. Maybe nobody noticed. Who knows? All right. I want to give a shout out to Israelite Acquiring Knots. I think I know who that is. I think that's my man. He said, also carry yourself as a mature man with a bride. Please don't bring that ignorant behavior there. Pull your pants up for the youngsters. Hey, let me tell you something. It ain't just the youngsters, man, that's wearing their pants sagging. You know, it's guys in their 40s sagging their pants too. Trust me. Shout out to Steve. He said, Aaron, much love and stop talking ish about my Jets. Shout out to the Jets, man. Shout out to Steve. I got a couple of Jets fans in my family, so shout out to y'all, man. I remember, what was it, Vinny Testaverde back in the day? Yeah, man. We got 108 seats in the room. Guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button for your boy. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link to see if anybody want to come on, all right? Before we go and get on up out of here. This might be a quick show today. Like I said, I just wanted to just touch bases with the fam real quick. A lot of misconceptions about traveling. It is some capping in the space. I'm not going to front to you. It is a little capping in the space. All right. That's definitely apparent. It's true. And that's what happens when the movement grows. All right. You're going to have people that come in and try to hustle the movement, you know, just simply make money off the movement. Don't really offer that much information. because they don't have that much experience. But it is what it is. Once again, I do like that the movement is getting stronger. All right. I want to welcome Yoga to the building, guys. Do me a favor, keep it clean as possible. We got to keep it clean in these YouTube streets. We got a lot of listeners right now. All right. Yoga, what up, bro?
What's going on over there in Thailand? What time is it over there?
It is 12:49 a.m.
And what, Pattaya?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So,
excuse me. Let me get this strap out of here.
I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this since 2018. But a lot of brothers from America, black men from America, are thinking this when they travel. And what's coming on, the movement coming on. We know that the nation is watching, the manosphere watching what's going on YouTube. So the movement is going towards a monetization. It's been monetized because all of us are thinking the same. So what we're seeing is the foundation of the internet bringing awareness to the pioneers that have already went out into these foreign countries and started restaurants and different businesses. It's about to be a second, third, fourth wave of young brothers that's gonna go and travel and see, hey, I can get that 8 unit resort right there for 90,000. Oh, that's over here. Okay, what are the laws here? Okay, what's the language? What other brothers have done business here before? And see, now that the internet is giving us a viewpoint of we seeing the world in an international, global way now. And so our dollars and our business thinking is starting to follow that. And it's already a wave of brothers, older brothers in all these different spots, Colombia, Brazil, Dominican Republic, Thailand, already have legit businesses and proven formulas and they're winning and they still exist. So it's important to go patronize these brothers' businesses while you're there, so you can see the structure, you can see how they hire the locals, and then you can get some game and business knowledge from them at this Sweet Georgia Cafe, Flip Flops, and the other restaurants. Eating Code did a restaurant, different things like that. And so the next wave of brothers is about to monetize and capitalize. That's what we're about to see, the monetization of the movement of foundational black descendants of slave men, what we call African American black men from America, start to capitalize off of our own movement. And movement, circulation of money is just like how we're circulating around the planet. And since we're moving around the planet, that means economics is moving, finances are moving. And so we're putting the mirror up and saying, hey, we can make this money bounce 10, 12, 19 times in our travel community if we set up our right type of businesses, and the movement is getting bigger. So this is where the movement is going. All of us are thinking this. If you listen to this show right now, you're thinking this when you're on that plane, when you get down there and you say, oh, how could I have an income stream where I can stay here and then start to build up here? So we're all thinking this. So
that's true.
One way of getting on and not taking the brunt of everything is going to the brothers' businesses that's already out there in these different countries and studying and linking up with them and seeing the game and see how they do it. I got a chance Flip Flop down at Flip Flop since I saw Dominican Republic. Greg showed me his business book, his business license, his Disalende, and all those different things for the restaurant. He showed me on live one day. I opened up the book and really seen how he got his LLC down there and for protection and the move in a strategic way. So it's there. That's where the movement is going. And the guys that are having YouTube pages sharing information like here, BMT, Black Man Travel. This is also is a team effort to how the message is getting out there. And then when we speak it in word, it becomes in the physical, and that's what we're seeing. The opportunity is so many other brothers in Sassoul with restaurant, Fat Jesse's and VIPs. And I met these brothers from Michigan and DC.
Wings and waffles. Shout out to my dude Cardell.
Yeah, man. So I love seeing the brothers. You go to these places, brothers is taking that leap and put some money down and running with an idea and giving us safe places where our food is safe. And we know that they're cooking with filtered water They're serving filtered water, and that's why I go. That's why I can tell you about fat jesses and flip flops, because I know I'm gonna go there. No parasites is gonna be cooked to the American standard. So
Very,
that's what
very
we're
true.
heading to.
And
This movement is monetization.
that's real important too, man. Because I remember I used to get sick all the time in DR, all the time.
Yeah, so you got to go to the right restaurants. So that's another thing why y'all here saying where the brothers set up restaurants in different places to go, so you don't have to worry about getting poisoned. And then if brothers know, like Greg Flip Flop, he don't even let them type of chicas come around the restaurant when they know that they them dirty type chicks and stuff like that, you know, and things like that. So that's good game. So when we out here, let's go to Sweet Georgia Cafe. Let's go to Flip Flops. Let's go to Chicken and Waffles and Fat Jesse's and what's over there in Thailand.
Oh, they got plenty of businesses right now in Thailand. Believe it or not, man, the dispensary gang is hitting real heavy right now, and you got brothers that have their own dispensaries as well.
And that's what I'm about to study when I come out here on November the 1st.
Yeah, they got a lot right now. Like it's like a whole little gold rush right now in concerns of that. As concerned, as a matter of fact, I know it's a brother that's going to open the largest one out here in Pattaya. Then I know I got another brother who is on his second dispensary. So that's what's going on right now. I want to give a shout out to the Gramercy Riff for $10 super chat. He says, "Yo, BMT, how can we reach out for the consultation? Hit me on the email, man. blackmentravels@gmail. All right, Gramercy Riff, just hit me on the email, blackmentravels@gmail, and we can set up a confrontation. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. And also like dusty? Airbnbs.
I got a question for you, Aaron. How can you be dusty if you're going across the water setting up businesses? How is that dusty?
You know what? Like I said, that's the part of the movement that's getting overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? That nobody's really wants to be. They got all these diss videos about us, but they're not going to talk about the guys that's opening up businesses overseas. The guys, with multiple Airbnbs in Colombia.
Bo Rake's building a 8-unit mini resort over there in Puerto Plata, almost finished, step by step, showing people.
Facts.
Middleman contracting. From Atlanta, Georgia. So I don't this dusty movement. We the cream of the crop to go overseas and start businesses and stand economically. See, we're not just going over for a weekend vacation. We're going over and we're standing up on 10 toes economically in another foreign land. Only other people do that is the military.
Good point.
Give me my respect. Give us our respect.
Shout out to German. He says, "My passport is my reparations and freedom papers." Good point. Good point. Somebody said in tours. Oh, we got shout out to Gail at Night as well. Appreciate that, Gail at Night. She just dropped a link in the chat for the consultations, blackmentravels@gmail. All right, guys.
Now I got to be getting with you on this consultation. Like I said, I'm gonna do November 1st to December 1st, but I'm gonna be in Phuket at Tiger Muay Thai gym, practicing Muay Thai. But I'm gonna come up on the weekends and take trips up to Pattaya and Bangkok.
Let me tell you something, but that Muay Thai is something serious, man. That's something serious.
I'm documenting everything. I'm going starting the YouTube, document everything, going in, showing. I'm gonna go to the doctor there. They're gonna do my weight, all that, my bio, all my blood work and stuff, and then see where I'm at in 30 days after the training and on a certain regiment diet. I'm going monk, taking the Buddha route. That's why I'm coming there. It's their God is a God that has my hair type, my natural hair type. So I'm looking at that, and also in Buddha is about and focusing on one thing. So I'm gonna focus on my body and nutrition for 30 days, all my energy towards it, and see how far I can take it.
Good point. Good point. Very good point. I know a lot of guys do the Muay Thai training.
But yeah.
You just put this in the chat real quick.
But I guess they stealing shaming words from synthetic G. They said Dusty. That's one of her words.
I've been hearing that you see the thumbnail, right? I've been hearing that for quite some time. Dusty, broke. Just a lot of it is envy. I understand why some people are upset, but I don't understand why some of our are tripping so hard on brothers just traveling the world. You know, it's the
Let me
craziest
tell
thing
you
to me.
what it really truly is to the core for all these people that's hating on brothers from America that's traveling. Traveling is the highest form of education. Traveling birth civilizations. Traveling this planet is the highest form of education. In every aspect is universal. All the other educations are not universal. They teach them in the classroom in a box. Traveling is the highest form of education. What the chat popping off on? Yeah, Israelite acquiring knowledge says facts. And Justin Hunt says thought it's been traveling. Splashway says Cynthia can get it any day of the week. Yeah, that was funny as her message, but she had a baby by the guy Perkins, and he was bootlegging Tariq Nasheed's like Hidden Colors, and he got like a lot of kids. He don't travel, he's not a passport type guy. So that was real strange. Mr. says she took it from Tariq Nasheed. I guess so. Kaya Raven says agreed. Official GZM since 1999 says yoga is 100% correct. Yes, traveling is the highest form of education. And that's the core of why all these people hate. Why all these people give one story on the media in America about the world, then they give a story in the other country to the media about the world. Then they thinking one thing about us, we thinking one thing about them, and we're the code breakers because we're actually physically going across this planet, and that's the highest form of education, to break the media programming from each country. See, we're not just breaking it from America, we're breaking the media stereotypes and what they put out in these other countries where we go. See, because they're getting fed a certain story about us also. So see, we code breakers. We jumping fences on all over the planet. And that's why it's drawn. That's the true essence of the hate. That's the foundation of the hate. That we're getting God's education on the highest level.
Good point. I want to welcome Delano Music to the chat. What's going on, bro? To the panel.
Much, man. Sorry I didn't cam up. I'm a little under the weather. You don't want to see me like this right now.
No, it's all good, bro. Trust me, I already know how it is. I was sick not too long ago.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm hearing yoga preach right now. He's speaking facts, but I feel like every great movement always has great resistance, but eventually people go buy in. You know. People gotta buy in, but I feel as though when we reach our success, our ultimate success, it's gonna be already too late for those who remain in the U.S. or just have an overall negative mindset towards bettering themselves. 'Cause it's really disturbing. I mean, out of all the movements I've seen lately, we have the receipts. We have the receipts. I mean, how much more receipts you want? The man said he gotta have a YouTube channel with him getting in better shape, doing Muay Thai in Thailand. How many more receipts? I mean, meanwhile they have this crazy diet that they'll post up in the. It's one of those things, man. It's frustrating, but I'm like, I can't fix some people's mindset. So let me just better myself and help people that want to better themselves as well. You understand?
Yes, it's funny, man, because I know you was like you had to be like one of my first couple of subscribers, right? Like when a couple thousand when you linked up or something.
Yeah.
And just to see it grow that much in the last year or so, like just expand, like you got, it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, man. And
but what that comes with is the little backlash that we get too. I want to welcome. Hold up. We got some new guys in the street. Shout out to, is that Mapolean?
Mapolean.
What's going on, bro? How's it going?
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Man, you tell me, man. What's going on? What's good?
Man, did you ever live in Akron for like a couple weeks or some shit?
No, I never lived in Akron, man. Never lived in Akron, bro.
It was like a dude that went to my school for like a half a school year. Then he moved out, and I thought I seen you on my Facebook, and I was like, "Is that the homie from Bittman?" But
nah, man, that's not me, bro.
nah, what you talking about today, man?
We just talking about traveling and the passport. What direction is the passport, bro, movement going in? I'm gonna get back to you in a second. I want to welcome J Lock to the show as well. J Lock, you there?
Hey, how you guys doing? You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear, bro.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, I've seen you ever since O'Shea introduced you, man. I followed you ever since that day. I think it was 2019.
Okay.
He introduced you to the show, right? 2019.
Yeah,
man. I've been following you for a long time, dude. And dude, man, it's a movement going on. It's happening. I was like, why was brothers? I've thought about this back in 2012, man. I like, why was brothers travel all over the world if they getting disrespected and women in America are not the way, they could just go overseas and this shit would stop. But now you see a lot of women getting backlash, calling dusties and all this and stuff like that. They getting heat, man. Brothers, they scared of something. They scared, and I know why they scared, because if we go overseas, it's a wrap. It's over with.
Eyes open.
A wrap. It's over with. They won't have no child support. Gals, no kids, start their own families, their businesses over there overseas, probably buy some land. They never come back.
Yeah.
They taking their resources, they belongs with them. I don't blame brothers for doing that, man. It's not only just brothers, also all men ethnicities, white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. They packing they ship and go over there, man. So it's something, man.
That's very true, man. That's very true. I was in immigration today, and I was like the only black person in there. I was like, wow, we gotta get some more black folks around here, man.
Yeah,
come on out to Thailand, man.
And then guess what else going up? This October 12th, you heard about Japan open up their borders, right? October 11th, right? They just opened their borders up today.
Who?
Japan.
It was a big.
Well, you can travel there without COVID.
Without vaccines and without quarantine. It's open.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. I looked it up. The CDC over there, man. They said everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome now, because their economy was crashing, man. And I want to go to Japan for a long time, dude. Since 2012, and I had some family issues, but now I got my career in the lab, man. I can save my money. I can go next year, man. Japan just opened up. They said they people that are welcome, unvaccinated. You don't have to be quarantined, because their economy was dying, man. It wasn't getting no revenue, no money over there. It was dying over there, man.
That's gonna be an interesting trip.
It's gonna be a blow up over there, man. It's gonna blow up, man. It's gonna blow up.
You just realize how important tourism is to some of these economies, man. It's very important. Billions of dollars at stake here. Billions.
They big on hip hop in Japan, huh?
It's like they big on hip hop, bro. Let me tell you something. They big on hip hop almost everywhere. But when I was in Cambodia and I was hearing hip hop, I was like, damn, we really have made it. We all over the place. Like if you go to pretty much any club or any bar, you're going to hear some form of hip hop, bro.
Yeah, you got to remember, a lot of these artists back in the day, even till now, they go to Europe and Asia to make the real money. Because people love them out there, man. The music flows, man. The U.S. is.
I think Mariah Carey was kind of big in Japan, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You hear all types. You hear music you wouldn't even expect to hear overseas. You might hear, what's that big records, Baby D? I know it's Dre know about that. Everybody know about that.
Yeah, Baby D.
You're gonna hear some crazy. You be like, how y'all know about that? But they be knowing about it, man. They love the music. The music really opens up doors for us too. They love the music, man. What up, Dre?
Quick question. On that up there in Pattaya, that main strip where all the girls and clubs at, that's Walking Street?
Yes, sir. Yep, that's Walking Street.
Is it any like empty businesses up there for sale? Empty spaces up there in the strip area? Or is it all packed out?
Towards the end, it's you'll see a lot of spaces being open. But every time I walk, because I walk it pretty much every day on the way to the gym, somebody's opening up something. Somebody's opening up something, bro. you know. So it's still some space though. It's still some space. Walker Street's pretty. It's a pretty long street. But for the most part, in like the main little congested area part, yeah, most of the businesses are purchased up. Right. What up, Dre? What up, bro? So you made it in?
Hey, man, you know, just sleeping in on a whatever day of the week this is today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Seeing y'all on here.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah. You saw the show earlier about the brother that passed away, unfortunately, out there in Medellin, Colombia.
Over in Medellin, yeah. Dude from Sweet Georgia.
Yeah, let me ask you this, man. Isn't it easy to find out if it's any foul play? Like you can look at any items being missing or anything like that in the apartment?
You mean from my experience working or my connection with them here?
Just your experience working, because people want to know like if there's any foul play. They're saying there's some rumors that he's being drugged, but nobody really knows for sure.
Right, stuff, basic stuff. You walk into the apartment. I mean, obviously, if there's some valuables missing, that for that in particular situation, because he had been there for so long, that would be one of the first things you'd look for is his passport is still there, his cell phone missing, things like that will help quickly turn in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That's the thing about Colombia, man. You just never know if they're just going to kind of just, you know what I'm saying? Cover it up before they even give us any of the facts.
Can you give me info? What happened in the brother in Colombia? What happened to him?
Who's that? Who's that speaking? I don't even know who's that speaking.
It's me, J-Lock.
Yeah, our brother passed away. They found him dead in his apartment. He had been passed away for like a couple of days.
Now I got a question. Does this lead up to the part that when that brother flashed all his money and it was and he got robbed?
No, that's a whole separate incident. This guy was a veteran traveler.
Now it was declaring that every black guy from America they was going to see who has they assume that every black guy that comes up to Colombia they want to rob now because that black guy. It ruined everything. Everybody.
No. I don't know
flashing off and chains.
No, man. I haven't heard that one, J-Lock. I haven't heard that one, brother.
Yeah, I heard. I was reading up some comments. They was like, okay, now because they was like, oh, now they could think that every American black guy they gonna
and you know who's making those comments? People that don't even travel and have a passport. That's exactly who's making those comments.
99% of the time, that's what it is. Somebody sitting back in the States, looking at YouTube videos and become travel experts for whatever country videos they've been studying for the past couple of times. They don't have the kind of experience that the majority of us have on the ground living in these countries. That's a huge difference. It's one thing to experience it, but we hear day to day, every day. We see what go on. We know what's going on. Unlike some of these individuals that don't go nowhere at all, but got the most to say.
But listen, I go.
Yeah, I think they'll try to panic people. I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I go to other places when I don't like. I can't get in contact to like business connects. Like I can't move licenses. Like to get an embassy connect in any other country that I go to, it's impossible. Like y'all go over here, like you experience a free life, but you don't go over there and get into the politics or find out how to move. Like I can't get my licenses from America to move over to Honduras, Brazil. I can't even talk to them to see if I can pay them money for a license. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like.
So what you got? I mean, have you been out there before? Or have you experienced going out there?
Yeah, I was in Honduras, and then I was contacting the Honduran embassy.
Usually in concerns of that, man, you might want to find like a fixer or something like that, or a lawyer. Usually, you're gonna have to go through them in concerns of anything. But 9 times out of 10.
When I go to these countries, I get approached by the killers. I get approached by the drug dealers. And then they take me into their neighborhood. So when y'all, like I go into the country like nothing. I don't wear chains. I carry limited money, and I carry a card that got limited money, and I go in there like I'm broke. So I get a different experience. I go in there and get hood experiences. I be in the hood in these dangerous ass places. People tell me the people that I'm with is a dangerous person, but you know, they done
Man, I
brought
would,
me.
I would, bro, I would be real careful about moving like that, man. You know, I know it's like, you know, we all from the same elements, but I still would be careful because you're not from there, bro.
I'm not. I don't really get involved in what they do. They bring me along because I'm a cool person. Like I be around.
Once
I be
again, bro,
around.
you gotta watch that cool stuff, man. It's no cool in the hood, bro. It's all evil. You
But
know
no,
what
I'm
I'm saying?
Hey,
saying
bro,
though,
can I
like
ask you a question? Mapolean,
what's
are
up?
you smoking like this when you overseas in Honduras and these other places?
Yeah, because that they give me
So is your
weed.
goal to be is your goal is to go to this other country and be taken to the hood? That's what you want? Is that your goal?
No, it's circumstances. Like I come into the country just to see whatever it is. The people,
So let's say this, Napoleon. Rule one in traveling. Don't go to nowhere internationally, just like you wouldn't. Where are you from? Indiana or somewhere like that, right? Midwest?
I'm from Akron, Ohio.
Okay, you from Akron, Ohio. In Akron, you just don't go outside and let anybody that comes along and say, "Oh, you're a cool dude," and take you to anywhere in Akron. That don't happen. So it has to be the same rules when you go to Honduras. You just don't go up to because they speak Spanish and seem humble, and just let them take you to the rawest hoods in the world. So rule one, we have standards, and you way off code with that. You risking your life by
Man,
just let
you
somebody
really are,
lead
bro.
you around.
You
Listen,
really are, bro.
you
You
remember,
really are.
you
And
remember the
that's not
movie.
a badge of honor. You saying it like it's a badge of honor. That's not,
Listen to what
we don't
listen to what
promote
I'm
that.
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Like you remember the movie Boys in the Hood?
Yeah,
You remember
Yeah, we all
the
remember.
character Lawrence Fishburne?
yeah. Some people tell me I look like him.
Right.
Damn, you do. I think about it. Go ahead.
The character in Lawrence Fishburne, he was a hood nigga like me. He was in the hood. He talked to hood niggas. He wasn't afraid to talk to hood niggas. And
Bro,
the
you
things that he
but
was
bro,
saying, but
you in
listen,
a
the
whole
things that he
different
was,
country, bro.
I'm saying
You in a
though,
whole different country, man.
I'm going back to the hood. Like when I go back to these countries,
No, it's
Why
not the
you
same
want to go to
hood
the
as in
hood?
America. It's
listen,
not.
I'm saying like I'm saying my establishment in the country is in the hood. Like
Can I say something to you, man? I'm from Jamaica, and I don't want to go back to the hood. You gotta understand this here. You gotta understand. I don't understand why Americans go to the hood. But you trying to escape the hood and go to a different country. And the other thing is, this is what you really need to understand, man. Your American dollar, you are not hood down there, bro. Your money is middle class money at minimum when
At
you're
the
down in
minimum.
the country.
Yeah.
It's you minimum. You good, man. You good. If you're making $50,000, bro, you upper middle class. Do not go to the hood. They know. Trust me. This is a. I'm
Let me hold
I'm
on.
a point
Let me
of you.
okay.
Don't do this. Don't do this, especially Honduras.
Yeah. So what all hoods you been in? It just Honduras or other countries?
I've been in I lived in Juarez for 2 years.
Dang,
That's
bro.
Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was right in front of my house. It was like a big ass trash pit. Then they like removed all of the trash and it was like this big ass hole.
How did
And like
you end up staying somewhere like that in Mexico, brother?
Cartel City.
I'm trying to tell you, like when
Crazy,
I go to a country, I walk around, like a lot of people.
So you
like,
just go to the airport, you walk out the airport, and gangsters just come and get you.
straight up, I go to like the little city area and walk down the street. I'll be looking at everything, and then the person that's approaching me, like, "Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? Hang out with me." I'll just be like, "Fuck it," and I'll just go hang out with that motherfucker, and then he'll be like,
That's insane.
Damn,
You're a free-spirited person, man. Go ahead.
With all due respect, everybody that's watching the stream, if you do what he does, 9 times out of 10, you're going to either get robbed or killed. Do not do what he just said.
Napoleon
That is
Napoleon came on the stream to say something so out of bounds on purpose. I think Napoleon was sent to come into the space to say something and represent a traveler and to be this type of way. I think that.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I want to ask you, Mapoleon. Have you been in any sticky situations by doing this? Have you had any sticky situations whatsoever? I know you had to be at least in 1 or 2, bro.
2 years, he said.
Yeah, look, check this out. I will tell you the story. I had my knee broken by a prostitute. So look at the story.
Where's that come from?
Not good, man.
Where's that come from?
Oh man, the stories are getting dusty, man.
Let me tell you the story. It's not what you think. It's just got a flaky title.
All right, just keep it PG for me, bro. Keep it PG for me.
Yeah, nothing happened. Listen, I'm in Juarez, and when you come back from Juarez, as soon as you come back to America, if you drunk, they put your ass in the jail. Regardless if you got somewhere to go, none of that shit. So I'm drunk in Juarez, and I'm like, I can't go back. And I'm like, I ain't bring enough money to Juarez to fucking pay for a real hotel. But I lived in the hood, so all the prostitutes and whore.
Hold on, you travel international without money?
Right.
Bro said right.
To be fair, Mexico is just Mexico is
you left the country without money?
Man.
I'm in Mexico.
Hey man, Napoleon.
I live in the hood.
Brother,
I know how the operations work. It's not the people that rob you, it's the police. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really carry more than I plan on using. You know what I'm saying? When I went to my homie's house in Mexico, he moved. So now I started going to all the little brothels that I know. I said, man, look, take these $10. Just let me
speak Spanish.
Yeah, I speak Spanish, but I'm talking to him in English. So I said, here, take this $10.
That was smart.
Let me sleep my drunk off. They kept trying to offer me a girl. I don't want a girl, right? So look.
So you went drunk to a brothel to take a nap.
Bro, you are what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's an agent, man. He came to make this movement. Go ahead,
tell your story, Napoleon. Go ahead. I want to welcome Kevin C to the panel too. But go ahead.
That's where the flaky situation is. They think I'm from the state. Well, I am from the States, but I mean, like, they bring the police. The police just come. They look at me. They like wave me out the room and shit. When they walking me out the brothel or whatever, they talking about some shit that like a crime that's happening on another street. They not even talking about me. Then soon as they get in the car, like they open up the little paddy wagon thing and like wave me in that motherfucker. I was like, hold on. I start speaking Spanish. I said, man, go back in that motherfucking room.
What'd you say to him in Spanish?
In Spanish, I told him to go back in the room and give me my $10.
Say it in Spanish.
I said, oh, tú necesito obtener el hombre esto, obtener mi dinero. Yo puedes obtener de diferente cuarto por dormir, porque yo no quiero regresemos a Estados Unidos.
Okay.
No, I think he's definitely an agent. He's definitely, they sent him to the space.
No. He knew what he was saying.
Them the type. Those are the type that they sent to the space. I'm telling you.
When the police seen me that I was speaking Spanish and seen that the nigga took my $10, he told me to go back to the room. Then he told the dude that the place not to call him for me no more tonight. He told him in Spanish. But
bro, you wild, man. Hey, you wild, bro. You wild.
They wouldn't let me.
You wild, man.
Look, the wild part is my dumb ass tried to go back in the room, but they wouldn't let me in. Then the prostitute came and like, you know how when you come back on the side of motherfucker and you try to like knee him or kick him in the side of their knee, like hyperextend your knee. My leg was so strong that it didn't work. So she like ran the fuck down the street and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I was walking around in Mexico all night, and then from me walking on that hyperextended knee, it actually like broke.
Would you advise someone to do exactly what you did in Honduras?
Hell so you went to the hospital down there?
Yeah, admit it, man.
Did you go to the hospital?
Anybody else, right?
Huh?
Did you go to the hospital?
Anybody to do what you did, right?
Yes. Look, I'm walking around I went to my ex-girlfriend's mom's house, and she like wrapped me up and gave me all this fucking Mexican medication and shit, and drove me to the border. Then when I got back in America, I was like, oh shit, I can't walk. Then they got the paramedics came in and fucking brought the little cart in and took me to the hospital and all that shit. But I was walking.
Yeah, man, you got a real Rambo story. I'm telling you, it seems like you trying to be the most hoodest, ghettoest traveler in history. That's why I think like this is placed.
But it's a lot of him, though. I'm telling you, bro. It's a lot of him. It is a lot of him. You spend enough time in Medellin. This is what we try to tell a lot of people that get caught up in these travel videos thinking it's all sweet. The stuff we see on a weekly basis in Medellin with these dudes coming down here, it's a lot of him. A lot.
Hey, brother, you can't
this
be
is
moving
not
like that.
abnormal.
You moving way out of character. You moving on a low vibration. You're not being prepared with insurance, traveler's insurance.
That's what we try to tell people all the time. I'm actually glad that he's here talking sideways like this, because this is actually what we see. And he does speak Spanish, by the way.
So he's just being lazy. He being a Pookie. He speaks the language, but he's not gonna take enough money. He's not gonna get travel insurance. He's gonna go down there and be a leech. He went down there to be a leech on the people, but know the language.
When she sat me down, she said, two is Naco. Man, I looked her in her motherfucking eyes. I said, I ain't no motherfucking police. And then she almost like tried to laugh, but she tried to like keep it serious. And she was like, no, you gotta ask your friend. What she was trying to tell me was I'm ghetto. That's what she was trying to tell me, because
she was correct, brother. She was.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a different type of ghetto nigga though. Like I don't.
But you gotta want to do better. You gotta want to do better. You financially irresponsible.
I'm financially
that's bad being ghetto. You financially irresponsible. You could be ghetto and financially responsible. You being financially irresponsible.
I need y'all to purchase my book. It's not popular enough to be on Google.
Okay, that's why you got the Rambo story. Okay.
No, look, my book is called Quit Calling Me Black and Give Me Back My Religion. You can find it on Amazon, but you can't find it on Google.
Hold on. So you wrote a book, but you financially irresponsible.
I just wrote a book.
Let's add this up. You financially irresponsible. You health irresponsible, but you wrote a book and you said buy your book. But everything you told us about you has been irresponsible.
No. Yes,
it has. You haven't told us nothing positive. Everything's been irresponsible. But now you have a book.
I'll tell you everything.
Oh my God!
Hold on. Let him.
Man, he really pressing this dude, man. You're getting the hell out of this.
I went from Akron, Ohio, to the Phoenix Suns, and I was going every day, and I was taking like a weight vest off and some ankle weights, and I write my name on a sticky note, and I jump and put it on a window. And then
bro, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
Man, yo,
he an agent, bro. He an agent. They sent him.
He started.
No, this is how I got into Mexico. I'm trying to tell you how I got to Mexico. Okay. So when
he trying to take the travel community with some drug stuff. I bet y'all.
Hold on, yo. Let him finish. Hold on. Go ahead, Mapolean.
So the scout Todd Quinter from the Phoenix Suns, he called me. He told me he was gonna give me a workout in October.
So you play. Hold on now. So go back. You talking about the basketball? You play basketball?
I played basketball. Went from Akron, Ohio, to try to go pro with the Phoenix Suns. The way I tried to go pro was I went in there every day, talked to the security guard. He gave me a sticky note and a pen. Every day he seen me coming, he already had the sticky note and the pen ready for me. You know what I'm saying? They really called me. So
y'all ain't right for hyping this man up.
Hold on. I want to hear this out. I really want to hear this out. So you was a pro basketball player. Hold on.
October,
go ahead,
I came back. He told me to go to the the D League. This is 2007. You know what I'm saying? He told me to go to the D League That's when I went to Mexico. I had already got poisoned when I was living. Like I tried to carry this lady's groceries into her apartment. I put her water onto her water machine, like a 5-gallon water jug, and it had like a little flavor packet in the front of it. And she gave me like some tea. And when I drank the tea, I went to the hospital, and I came back. She told me, don't drink the tea. Her daughter put the chemical inside the machine to clean it out. So I drank the soap. I drank the sludge from the inside of the machine, and then I went to the hospital, and I got a whole bunch of sludge in my gallbladder. So when I went to Mexico, I started playing for some summer league team in Mexico. But when I would run, I couldn't sweat, and my heart would just like be beating out of my chest. So like they had to like take me out of the game. I came back to America, and the dude in Texas, he was like, man, we don't have the equipment to fix what's wrong with you. He told me you got to go deeper in America. So then I went back to Arizona and got SSI because they was like, you just a lifer now because your condition is, we don't have a way to treat your condition, but we see you have a condition. So then I went back to Mexico. So when I was in Mexico, you know what I'm saying, that's when I was living in the hood for 2 years and all that shit. Like, you know,
well, so why you didn't go to the hospital when you broke your knee? But you went to the hospital on this time.
I did go to the hospital when I broke my knee. When I broke my knee in Mexico. But then I broke it at night, and I went to the next day at the hospital in El Paso.
Wait a minute, I thought you broke your knee.
Did you break your knee or did you bruise it? Because that's different. Did you break your knee or did you bruise it? You made your contusion, right?
It was like a fracture. It was a fracture in the tibia and fibula.
Like you can't really walk on that. So I'm not tracking.
I'm 5'11", and I was dunking on hoops off of one step that was higher than 10 feet.
Now, what that got to do with you walking on a broken fibula and tibula? He asked you a question, brother.
That's like a compound fracture that might actually wind up coming to protruding through your skin. I mean, I
got a question.
I'll listen to the story. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'll listen to the story.
Was you using a crutch? Would you use a crutch while you was walking? Would you use the crutch like something like a stick, something you was walking on? See, you could have got away with that one, but go ahead, gentlemen. Go ahead.
Hey, I want to give let me give a shout out to Kevin. I see you super chatted, man. I appreciate that, man. What's that? H&L, the 60
support your channel.
Appreciate that, bro. He said, "Stay safe, gentlemen. Buddy, travel something. Buddy, travel."
Yeah. The point being is that you got to go with somebody or just get with a group. You got your travel thing where you advise people. That's beautiful. That's a good thing. I went back and looked at the stuff you talked about earlier. By the way, gentlemen, and thank BMT. Thanks for letting me up, and to all the gentlemen in the panel. Because it's good to travel, but you got to go with a buddy or just link into somebody who's already there. This is so one of the things I'm already kind of settled down here in Honduras, right? But one of the things now that I meet different guys online, I see you guys doing things with your travel agencies and stuff like that, and we got guys in other countries. I'm actually, and I was telling my wife, I said, I'm going to start planning to actually link up with men who are already in different countries. You guys are my plug, essentially. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that way, stuff. Mapolean, you got some great stories, man, and glad to see you here. And we love that you're alive and everything. But by all rights and purposes, for all intents and purposes, bro, a lot of things could have went wrong with your story. They're cool stories, but that's we of course no one recommends that as a way to go as far as traveling. I'm always linked into family. I'm always linked into somebody who I call my plug, which is, my somebody who's been there for a while, who knows the ins and outs, who knows the area, the routines, the danger areas, all of that stuff. I completely avoid it. Now we understand that it's dangerous to travel overseas, not super dangerous, but dangerous enough. So and which is funny because hell, it's dangerous right here in the United. It's dangerous. I go back and forth to the United States too, so it's dangerous in the United States. But just a peace and love to that brother who passed away. I know that was that down in Colombia, BMT.
Yep, Medellin, Colombia.
Yeah. So, and that was recent. And then, because I remember there was another situation a few years back where a guy was trying to buy, do some stuff, and get linked in, and he actually had some people down there, but he turned up, deceased, and that was never really investigated, or nobody's ever really punished. So things like that happens, and we actually had, a situation in Honduras a while back, whereby a businesswoman, actually a legitimate businesswoman who owned property in Hondo, which there's a whole lot of red tape associated with that, residency issues and stuff like that, licenses and everything, but she turned up, deceased as well. So it just depends on where you are, what it is you're doing, and who you're hanging out with. I'm linked into my wife's family, and of course she knows where the good areas are and where the bad areas aren't. We could literally be, moving around, and she'll just, that's that area over there, that she points it out. Like it's that simple. It'd be like, somebody who's from a major city moving around, and then you pointing out, hey, do not be in this area. It's the same thing. So people know. So just always have a local point of contact or family that you're actually attached to, or just travel with, legitimate groups, and then your buddies and stuff like that. And then the other thing too is these travel agencies, even if you go link up with a travel agency, they're not going to put you, or they're going to steer you away from all the dangerous areas anyway. Like you can literally ask them, what's the crime level here? What is, all the other stuff. And of course, the State Department, they have, all the information on their websites and all the other stuff, everything from the medium, the moderate, to the high crime, to the low crime threat, all of that stuff, to things to be watching out for. But I got a question real quick, BMT. What is the deal? I know I saw the video. What do you gentlemen think is the deal? I know why women are hating on the passport bros. I get all of that. But what is the deal with the men hating? What is the problem?
A lot of it's just jealousy and envy, man. To be honest with you, that's all it is. Just guys just being envious of, brothers traveling the world and, expanding their options overseas. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I want to welcome Kiri Birch to the show as well. I think he said something about him being down in Peru.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, man.
Or is it Kiri, bro?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, what's up, Aaron, man? Yeah, it's Kyrie, man. I ran into you in Colombia, man, probably about a year ago, man. And
okay.
I just want to say, I had a little testimony, about 4 years ago, man. I was in a real rough spot, I was living in my car. I was doing Uber, and just struggling. Guys are struggling in the States with how society is. The struggle of one having to go to work. I worked in corporate America for 5 years. I worked for Marriott. I worked for a lot of hotels, and it's a struggle, man. People don't want to see you get ahead as a black man. Really, they don't want to see you get ahead. And throughout that time, that's when Kevin Samuels started popping off. I was listening to Kevin Samuels. I was trying to do that. I listened to Lucario, all these guys trying to take that route of, oh man, I got to get my game up. I got to get a nice car. I bought two cars that I didn't need.
Hold on, brother. You listen to Lucario?
I was listening to Lucario. I thought he was the truth. I'm not gonna cap. I thought he was the truth, and that's before.
It's a struggle out here like that, brother. You just want saving your money, prepared for when you lost your job. It ain't a struggle out here.
That's not what I'm saying, bro. That's not what I'm saying, man. You gotta listen to what I'm saying. I was in the military 4 years. I got out the military. It wasn't necessarily that, man. It's just how things are in the States. I tried. Let me finish.
Oh, it's time to get off.
A lot of brothers, man, you're gonna go two routes, right? You're either gonna be a Pookie, you're gonna be in the hood, or you're gonna try the corporate route, right? You think that's better. Even in the corporate space, it's still hard. I seen dudes of other races come in, move ahead a lot quicker than me. So it's not necessarily that. It's not
science or something like that. It's not you get scooped up. If you
look, I'm not
engineering, something real, you get scooped up.
brother. I'm not against you. Why you got a rebuttal for everything I'm saying? I'm not against you. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, I started watching, Lucario, all this dating advice. That was a dead end. I started watching people like Aaron, other people, 1MT, and And you know what I did, man? I was sleeping in my car in the middle of winter, man. I figured I decided, look, I'm gonna take this chance. I'm gonna work as hard as I can to get up out this situation, and I'm gonna move overseas. I did that. I went to Colombia. I said, you know, I booked my first trip. It was 2 weeks in Colombia. I didn't go back to the States. I lived in Colombia 3 years, you know, and throughout that period, I learned something. It's not only about women, you know. It's not about women. It's about bettering yourself, you know. It's really about bettering yourself and finding out who you are. Because in the States, honestly, you don't even have the freedom to do that introspective, take that look at yourself, you know. You're too busy trying to live up to society, you know. And I just had a testimony, man. You know, I really thank people like Aaron who inspire people, man, to travel, man, because this changed my life. And now I'm overseas. I'm making $75K. You know, I got a remote job. I can go to any country. I can go to any country I want to go to, you know, and I want that to be, you know, a lot of things that are promoted in this space are not the real face, like you're saying. There's brothers opening businesses. There's brothers who changed their life, you know. Like, you know, I could have went one or two ways, man. You know, so I just wanted to say that, and you know, I appreciate all you brothers. You probably see me in the group a little bit, but you know, the face of this group is not people who are just traveling to go get women. You know, that is the major stereotype, but that's not true. You know, there's people out here who changed their life that could have went down a really bad road, man. That now I have no stresses, man. You know, I have no stresses, man. I was eating McDonald's every day. Now, man, I can get whatever food I want. I really appreciate you brothers for promoting this lifestyle, man. I really appreciate you brothers.
Because you're an example of what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Guys, self-improving, expanding their options and moving overseas, bro. Congratulations to you.
And you see that? The receipt just came walking to you, man. That's a receipt right there. You just changed your life.
Hey, Kyrie, I do have a question for you, though. I do have a question for you. Did you have any issues with your like visa stay or anything like that? What was the deal with that? You said you went there and you didn't there for like
I ain't gonna cap, man. I overstayed my visa, man. I'm not going back to the States, brothers. I'm not at any cost, you know. But what comes with that, you overstay. Okay, you know, you just gotta own up to it. You pay your fine. And
you're fine. Yep.
In the country, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing big. You know, I know brothers who are out in Colombia. I was out in Colombia, and you know, from the dude's testimony, Mapolean, just like Dre was saying, man. I was the type of dude, man. I was staying at Poblado, right there by Santa Fe Mall. You know, the first year I stayed right there, right. Going to the park every night, spending $250,000 on for nothing. You know what I mean? And I figured out, you know, hey, let me move around, see other parts of the country. That's when you start to elevate your mindset. Of course, at first, you are going to go and you're going to ball out. You're going to mess with shorties. But naturally, you are going to get tired of that, right? So I figured out, hey, if I'm going to stay out here, I need to figure out how I'm going to do it. So I got a student visa. I
wasn't sleeping with none of the prostitutes. I actually was jump roping late at night with the prostitutes.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's cool.
I kicked it with the prostitutes. The prostitutes knew me, but I didn't sleep with none of the prostitutes. But
yeah.
But they
as far as staying overseas, like for brothers who are trying to figure out how to stay overseas, my big advice, you know, don't overstay your visa. Figure out, you know, pay $800, get a student visa, or if you got a remote job now, you know, I'm looking at Brazil next in February. They got visas for that now, you know. So it's really opening up. It's really opening up right now, you know.
You have a remote job now?
Yeah, I got a remote job. I work for one of the largest real estate companies in North America. I handle home warranties. I do all types of work with real estate. But what I was saying was I saw the same thing. I saw the same.
You made it.
Go ahead.
You made it seem real easy. You just like, I moved to Colombia and my life changed. I started making $75,000. You had to put in some work and stuff like that. You still had your job back in the US, I see.
I mean, yeah, that is true. But the thing that changed for me was when I started watching people like Aaron. When I started watching people like Aaron, people like 1MT, I actually realized it was possible. I never even thought I could get a remote job. I worked at Starbucks. I work all different type of brick and mortar jobs where you go to work. I didn't even believe that I could get a remote job, you know, and that is part of the mindset that you have in the United States, is that some things aren't meant for certain races. You know, a lot of remote workers, if you look and see, they're of other races, you know. And there is a lot of black people who work in the remote sector, but let's be honest, I really thought it wasn't even possible. It was one day I changed my mind. I said, hey, it's not hard to get a remote job. And I started applying 24/7, and I got, you know, I got what I wanted. You know, I put my mind to it, and I got a great opportunity.
Before you went to Columbia?
I got the job before I went to Columbia. I got the job.
You over there rolling up on?
No, that's good. No, that's good. I want to see it if you have a plan.
They got their little faces up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta make a plan with this, man. I like that brothers travel and go for vacation, but if you really want to be a part of this, you gotta have a plan, and you gotta act on that plan, and you gotta believe in it. You know. You got to believe.
What do you have to do to get citizenship over there now? Since you've been there so long, can you just get citizenship after 5 years or 10 years if you stay there straight?
It's a little bit of a process. That's a detailed information.
Other countries are real funny about citizenship. Now they offer residency. Residency, you know, it's going to cost you some money. You know, depending on the country, $5,000 to $7,000. You got to put some time in. You got to actually buy property. I mean, not buy property, but you got to show that you're actually going to be here on an extended period of time. A lot of guys get residency through their wives and stuff like that. But
that's what I saw. That's what I saw a lot of. I would say there's 3 routes, right? You can meet a shorty. I would be careful with that being your first plan. I think that's something that should happen naturally. You know, there's 3 routes. You can buy property, buy a business, or you know, you can take Spanish classes for 5 years, and then boom, you can take the test or whatever. I don't know how Colombian it is, but you know, there's 3 different routes you can take. The easiest one is getting married, honestly.
No, easy.
No, that's actually not the easiest route. That's like,
well, maybe not for some people, but I think for somebody who might not have a lot of experience, that would be their first option. But that wasn't mine. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna marry no shorty for no citizenship.
Yeah, I see all the gentlemen on the panel are relatively young. I'm the older guy, so I've already been married. Yeah, I'm actually in my second marriage, but I've already been married. And I'm married now, and I don't have residency, but I do go back and forth to the States on a regular basis. You know, because we have I got the visa requirement, so I've never overstayed the visa.
You're in Honduras right now, Kevin?
I got a question though.
You're in Honduras?
Yeah, I'm down in Honduras.
You on the mainland or you on the island?
I'm on the I'm actually in the main country, and I'm in one of the major cities. I'm a little hesitant to kind of pinpoint it. But I'm on the main thing. But I've actually been. We do have family along the coast. You guys know there's a small black population in Honduras, right?
Yeah.
So her family is mainly along the coast. You know, all the major cities not the major cities, but the smaller cities along the coast: Tela, Trujillo, Puerto Cortez, all of those cities. And then we've been to like the Big Island, the basically the tourist
city slave ports.
Essentially, well, that's where the plantations were. That's why her. You know, she's descended from the Garifuna people, so that's where her people are from. But yeah, that's where her people were essentially put in that area to work the plantations and the agriculture and stuff like that until they got until they were liberated and Honduras got us I think it's like 1802 or something like that. And I know I got the year off, but
okay. So you got a black woman outside the U.S., but she's still a black woman.
Oh yeah. If you look at my wife, she's black as me. A lot of people get confused because they think she's from the U.S.
Yeah. See, that's ironic to me when they look like they from the U.S., but they speak that Spanish.
Yeah, that's her first language. She speaks a little English, but people always get confused. Even the people who from here, because they talk to the men first around here, right? So they talk to me. They see obviously I'm not, my Spanish. I'm semi-fluent, so. Then they talk to my wife, and she has to let them know. Well, they generally they'll ask her, "Oh, so where are you from?" And where are you from? They think that you're from the United States or where I'm from, and she reminds them, "No, I'm from here. I grew up here," and all the other stuff. She hits them with all this stuff, but it's always kind of a surprise. But it's funny because I can generally tell, like the black population, I can generally tell that they're from here because I stand out. If you're an American, even among a group of Black Hondurans, you stand out. You still look different. When I'm around her family, and even we go into the Black neighborhoods, and even in the Black cities, where there's primarily Black population, I still look different than everybody else. Like
I want to piggyback on that, Kevin. I agree with that. I want to tell a lot of brothers, and Dre's been out there. And at first, I was the type of person I chilled in Poblado. Then I met somebody. Okay, he was more of a guy. He liked El Centro, So I was in El Centro a lot. I seen some crazy shit. Colombia is not a place to go there and think that, just because you're Black. I'm gonna make it quick, but Colombia is not a place. Brothers don't go there thinking, oh, I'm super special. I'm LeBron James, bro. Colombia, they're used to seeing this.
Tell that to Mapolean over there. Tell that to him.
Yeah. Don't think you LeBron James. And that's why I wanted to say this, because I don't want brothers. Yeah, I don't want brothers to get the wrong idea. I don't want brothers to get the wrong idea from what he's saying and be inspired to go over there and bring that hood mentality. Because I'll tell you, I seen some stuff in Central, man. I seen people almost die. I seen dudes leaking, all types of stuff, man. You can get it.
That's every day down there. That's every day.
Exactly. I'll give you one story, man. Me and my brother.
El Centro, shit.
Yeah, hey, El Centro ain't no joke, man. No. I got one story, man. I was down there with the bro. He was more experienced than me, and we pull up on the scene, and it's two dudes. One dude got a machete. It was two dudes arguing, and one dude said something. He said, "All right, wait right here." He came back. He ran off the block, came back. Dude had a machete. These two dudes went Mortal Kombat. Dudes leaking. And that woke me up like, man, this shit is real. You gotta move right. So over that time, man, I really learned how to have the right attitude going places. You can think you're American and you can think, oh, I'm untouchable. You really more touchable than any place you ever been.
Yeah, honestly, it's because you're an American. If you get in some kind of altercation and you start, you interact in the wrong way with these folks, then you're actually considered basically they'll handle you. You'll get handled. It's because you're an American. And you're in there. Remember, you're in their home turf. You're in their country. They know the rules better than you. So just be real smart about how you're moving around. But again, one of my things is like I said, I'm always linked to the family. And then, like I said, when I go to different places, like I'm actually starting to plan my travels around people who are already there. Just link up and then. Just kind of make sure that those guys keep straight. That's really the smartest thing.
I want to welcome Xavier real quick, bro. Xavier, you there?
Welcome.
Yeah, greetings, B1 family. Can we hear me?
Xavier.
It's been a minute, brother. How you you out there, Eastern Europe. We ain't heard from you, bro. We've been worried about you.
Got them hostage out there.
Everything good, motorcycle life. Y'all know how it goes. Yo, nice to see you, Dre. Nice to see you.
What's going on, my bro?
Greetings, B1 to the brothers on the panel.
Yeah, man. Hey, Xavier, I'm catching up to you, man. Went out with my first Russian woman Monday.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Sorry, I'm just tuning in late. Somebody sent me a text message. The land, and this is about, I believe they said y'all was having a discussion on the brother that was found deceased in the apartment.
Yeah, we just, I mean, it wasn't really a discussion about it, man. We were just, I was just giving him, his flowers, rest in power to the brother, because I ran to him in Sweet, Georgia. So I was.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wanted to mention that I had the apartment that he was staying at. I had gave that apartment to a brother, gave the link of that apartment to a brother who actually knew him, who was good buddies with him, and the landlord reached out to me. He sent me the video of when they first walked into the apartment and discovered his corpse, and also he was asking me what to do with his stuff. He wasn't robbed. His laptop was still there. Okay. All of his stuff was still there. So I was thinking to myself, well, if it was a scopolamine situation or if it was a drugging situation, Colombia, they clean house.
Yeah, you're right.
So his stuff is still there, and we were trying to find because he wasn't in touch with his family. So he he was, I guess, an introvert or someone who just was one of those guys that's not in touch with his family. But eventually somebody got a hold of his brother in Florida.
Okay.
So they're trying to figure out what to do with his stuff. But yeah, so the landlord reached out to me, man, and I'm like, look, I'm on the other side of the world. I only come to Colombia during the winter months, so I said I'll be there next month. But and that's actually a good neighborhood where I stayed. It's walking distance from Sweet Georgia. I used to walk to Sweet Georgia, and like I said, the spot is only $300 a month. It's a building full of
Are there cameras on the spot, or does it have a security guard?
it has cameras, and the landlord said he gave the camera to the police and to review it, because Wednesday night was the last time the brother spoken with him. So he was in there since Wednesday night was pretty much, we believe, is the night that he was whatever happened to him, he didn't wake up or whatever, he was deceased. So they're gonna definitely look for Wednesday night. The police and everything review the cameras, but it's one in the building, one right outside the building. You need a key to get in. Once you get in, right when you get off the elevator is a camera. So I know that building pretty well. Like I said, I'm just the one that linked the brother to that building, because it was nice, cheap. It's not a lot of people around. It's not a lot of beggars. It's not a lot of people, so it's definitely not El Poblado in a way where people know that that's a tourist hotspot. So
Okay, that's good. That's good to know, bro. That's good to hear.
Did he stockpile cash?
I don't want to say yes or no to that because I didn't know him like that, but I do know he's a crypto millionaire.
I only ask that because there's a list of things that police look for to be missing to say that, you know what I'm saying, this is what happened. So
Again, they didn't clean house. They did not clean house. They would have took his laptop. They would have took things. We know Colombia.
I will say this in response to Xavier. Where he was staying at Bethlehem is kind of north of Laureles, I think, and it's off the beaten path, So, rest in peace to that. I recommend brothers try to stay within the comb. Don't go too far. I mean, maybe that's bad advice, But I met guys out in Colombia that want to stay far away, super far away. I don't recommend that for brothers. I recommend you stay within the area, Laureles. When you travel to these countries, try to stay within, the areas where they're more known to have tourists. Because I'll be honest, in my experience in 3 years in Colombia, the first place I stayed at was Poblado. I stayed there for a year. Then, I said, oh, let me go to ultra cheap route. I stayed in El Centro, man, for 6 months. I had a $400 apartment. I was loving it, but I couldn't go out at night. And if I left out, everybody notices, because it's not an area that we typically stay in. So, with the brother being in Bethlehem, it's not a bad, that's not a bad area, but just recommend for brothers that you stay closer to where the action is, stay places where people are used to running into you, because in my experience, I've even had Colombians look out for me. I've had Colombians look out for me because they knew they knew I was American. You go to a place where they don't see us a lot, they're kind of weary of you. So that's just my recommendation for brothers.
Okay, real quick, I want to welcome Tobias the Traveler and Drew Travels to the show as well. We got a loaded panel here today.
Yeah, what's going on? Thank you.
What's good, fam? What's good?
Welcome to the panel.
Drew.
Shit, always enjoying life. Looking forward to more travels. Like I said, got some more coming up here very, very shortly. I heard about the one brother who was found deceased. I was like, oh, and there's always a lot of speculation and all that. I'm not one for speculating. I just wait for the real information to come out and then then speak on it versus anything else. But for those of y'all who knew him or had you knew him via proxy, I'd love to learn a little bit more about the cat versus exactly at least what I've seen on the internet.
Yeah, he was a good brother, man. Like I said, I ran into him. I think Dre, you might have met him too in Sweet Georgia before. He was always out there in Medellin. So rest in power to that brother, man.
Yeah, he's got 2 condos that are being built in Brazil, and he also has a place in Mexico.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was what we would consider someone to be like a crypto millionaire. That's what we would consider him, crypto millionaire.
Nice, very nice.
Aaron, that's why I think it's important, man. Like that, like you saying the group. There's a next chapter to this. At first, brothers are going out to meet girls, whatever you want to do. But there's a next chapter to this, and it hurts to see when you lose brothers who are well off. Not necessarily, but who are inspiration of a brother. It hurts to see loss because that's a loss for the group. I think that should be really the face of the group traveling is to be out there being productive, but don't lose your mind. And I'm not saying that's what happened with that brother, but be out there with a plan, man. Like we all blessed to travel, and that's the point of what I wanted to say is that a lot of us have had in our life. We blessed to be in a situation to be able to travel and take advantage.
Good point. Very good point. Very good point, man. Jew Travels, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, big homie. What's up?
Man, you still out there in Africa?
Man, I'm here, man. I'm in the motherland, like always.
What part are you at now?
I'm currently in Rwanda, Kigali, Rwanda.
Nice, man. I know we talk about South America and Thailand, all that good stuff, man, but it's good to hear some brothers out there in Africa as well.
Hey, in Rwanda right now, I'm sorry. I just, in Rwanda right now, is there an Ebola situation? Yes or no?
Not from what I've heard. I heard of Uganda, yes, but I haven't heard anything about Rwanda specifically.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, man. I've been keeping up with your vlogs too, Jew Travels. You guys can go subscribe to him, man. He has a lot of good information. I'm interested in going out there as well real soon, bro. I got to link up with you.
Oh man, for sure, man. How long? Depending on how long you staying out in Thailand, man, I might get to you before you get to me, man.
Okay. So what's a good starter city for a guy who wants to visit Africa? What do you suggest? South Africa or Kenya?
Well, I really would say it depends, man. Because South Africa was a personal favorite of mine, but first time traveler, like overseas or first time to Africa, I would personally say something like Tanzania, man. Especially if the person traveling doesn't have, a big budget, I feel like Tanzania, you can get, your money's worth ×3 since it's so cheap. I would say personally, Tanzania would be like the African version of like
Thailand or something cheap.
Well, not Thailand because the party. I would say the Philippines because it's more like it's more slow. Thailand for me was really fast paced. I would say unless it's like you're going somewhere like maybe like
Chiang Mai.
Yeah, like Chiang Mai or something. Because I remember Pattaya for me was really fast, and so was what was the other one? Was it Phuket?
No, Bangkok or Phuket. Phuket.
Bangkok. I enjoyed Bangkok the most, man, because I'm not really like a huge party guy. So Bangkok, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is a lot of party in Pattaya. Living in Pattaya is like living in Vegas. It can, it can be a lot. It can be a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely fast life out there.
Aaron, you made it to Cambodia yet?
Yeah. I went to Cambodia. It wasn't all that, man. I see you over there smiling. What's that? Mapolean? I see you over there smiling, bro. Don't be going to Cambodia trying to go to the hood thing.
I know, right? Hey, look, when I ain't trying to go around there until I'm trying to get in. If I don't get no weed over there, forget it. I'm still.
Well, yeah, it is legal here. It is.
Yeah, I won't lie though, man. After spending, I'm in Peru right now. I've been in Peru. I was in Colombia for like 3 years. I'm in Peru right now. I've been here about 3 months. It's a lot different.
You in Lima?
Yeah, I'm in Lima. I'm in San Isidro, right. The financial district, like it's nice, but like I think brothers should like you were saying, man. Like I'm kind of getting the bug now to go to Thailand. I think brothers should branch out, because there's a lot of stuff here in South America that's now turning me off, like you know, the insecurity of some places that you go. You know, I'm not saying that's everywhere, but you know, I'm now getting that bug. My first option was going to go was Thailand, but at that point, COVID jumped off. Everything was. I kind of recommend that brothers go other places to what they want, because I don't know, South America is cool, and but I don't know, all right, a little bit.
Mapolean, you're not going to Thailand, are you?
No, I'm trying to go back to Honduras. So
okay, great. Hey,
but look, on some real though, to answer Kevin C's back question on why the brothers be so mad. The things back in the day, a dude would put his house, put his car all in his girl's name, and then he'll go be a felon. Like he ain't care about being a felon. He'd be like, I don't care about being no felon. I'm gonna put it all in my girl's name. And now he see everybody that didn't become felons and was like, no, I don't want to do that because, you know what I'm saying, you become a felon. I mean, who cares about being a felon? Now they see that we benefiting and getting passports and getting out, and he done messed all of that up when he didn't care about being a felon. You know what I'm saying? They most likely, you know what I'm saying, or they just scared to leave the country.
Yo, I want to speak on that one too. That one's a touchy subject when it comes to the passport bro brand, because I get asked that a lot when I do interviews, especially when I get an interview from a woman and she asks like, "Are you a passport bro?" And it's hard for me to answer because I know a lot of the times when they link passport bros to just traveling in general, it's always something to do with women, as if like some of us, you know, didn't travel, you know, for other reasons like business or property or
facts, Jew.
Yeah, but it drives me crazy because I you know, I'm a black man and I travel, but my main focus wasn't traveling, you know, to escape the women in my own country or traveling to get women outside of the country. It was like, you know, if I'm here, obviously I'm gonna mess with women because that's just a part of life, you know, that's just natural. But I didn't leave solely off the purpose, you know, like, hey man, I'm about to go over here and do this and do that, you know. And I feel like when I get asked that, sometimes it depends. It's like it has like a stigma behind it. Like, oh, so you one of them passport bros? You traveling to go mess with underage girls? Or you traveling to go mess with or go exploit the women in this country? And I'm like, what? You know, it just so sometimes for me personally, I can understand why some dudes, because you know, it for the dudes who don't consider themselves passport, it can kind of give you like a bad stigma, like, oh, you one of those guys, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many of us doing so much different things, but when you look at it, for like the forefront is always typically about women. So I feel like it kind of just depends on who you are and who asks you, you know.
Yeah, I would actually think about traveling just for recreational purposes first, and just general exploration. Then after that, possibly for business. And women is like way down the list.
That's what I said earlier in the show.
Yeah, the women gonna always be there, man. No matter where we go in the world, right? The women will be there. The travel bro Monica now, I feel a lot of it is because, or a lot of it is, there are a lot of cats out there, you know, they're out there doing their thing, you know, messing with the ladies. Cool, you know, we gonna do that. But a lot of them are on the pay for play. If that's what you do, cool. But that's when it comes the sex tourism part. And that's what I think a lot of women, or a lot of folks are trying to it's almost like they're trying to make some passport.
They're trying to make us the face of it when we're not the face of it.
Exactly.
Well, we not the face of it. We not the face of it. You know, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started traveling, you gonna get tired at some point. If you come out here for women, you gonna get tired, man. Because I was the type of dude in the States. I'm not gonna cap. I dress nice, suits, all that, corporate America. But you know, your numbers are low in the States. You come out here, your numbers are gonna skyrocket in months. So at some point, you're gonna get tired of the girl of women. You know, so if you come out here with that being your main inspiration, you know, you're kind of not doing the travel thing right. Your main inspiration should really be, you know, like I said, just taking that trip to you know, take a vacation, take a hiatus, meditate a little bit on what you want in life, you know, because the women are going to be there forever. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get tired of it. Trust me. Like, you're going to get tired.
Oh, I already know, bro. I've been abroad.
Hey, does anybody mind dropping off so I can let Big Boss come on? Anybody
Yeah, I could drop off, but let me say this. I recommend going to get you some body medicine. In Honduras, they got like bush medicine, and you can detox your whole body. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best thing to do. Once you get your body right, the women will come to you because your body right. So enjoy your time. I'm coming out with some other things. You know what I'm saying? Other than a book, some music and some YouTube things. So look forward to me. It's not what you think. I am a hood nigga, but it's not all hood. Thank you for having me. Have a great night.
Hey man,
Hey man, salute to you, brother.
Get to the hospital. Get to the hospital next time.
My man was.
Hey, watch that knee, man. Watch that knee. Oh man.
Well, so the other part to the whole passport thing is, like I said, I was listening to that guy's video, and he went through all the basic tropes. Well, y'all are coming out here to deal with to take advantage of women, and to do all this other stuff and everything else, and you guys, the whole lame thing and all this other stuff. Look, if you got game in the United States, you're going to have game, wherever it is you go. The other thing too is, there's always, when the women talk about it, they always talk about it from the standpoint of, well, you get involved with those women, then you're gonna have to take care of her family, and all this. Look, my wife has 4 brothers. She's got her mother's still here. Her father, just recently passed away. May rest in peace. But I don't take care of them at all. They're retired professionals, and then her mother handles her own whatever it is she handles. They don't ask us for anything. Her brothers.
Did you get married in Honduras or in the U.S.?
Yeah, they don't ask for anything. We do family events and, we exchange gifts and stuff like that. But I do that with any family in the United States. It's very interesting that women say that, because I had a relationship with a woman in the United States, Black woman in the United States, and her family was trying to get me to subsidize them.
Yeah.
So it's a form of projection. My wife, she's got a degree from one of the top universities here. She's got a business degree, very smart, intelligent woman. It's the same type of woman I would have gotten in the United States. She just speaks Spanish.
Right.
Aaron, real quick. This is historical. How many countries we have on this panel right now?
We have quite a few, man. Africa, you out there in Russia. I'm in Thailand. We got guys in Peru. Dre's out there in Colombia. Yeah, we got Kevin out there in Honduras. Yeah, we out here deep, man. You got some world travelers in the building.
Yeah, I'll be back in Europe next month.
I don't think it's ever.
I want to piggyback.
I don't think there's ever a panel like this. Yeah. Historically speaking, I don't.
I want to piggyback on
like this on YouTube.
Yeah, Kevin saying where the major point they try to say, oh, we go over there, these women are in deplorable situations. Gotta be kidding me, man. What do you think these women been doing before we showed up? They've been handling business. They have a family structure over in Colombia. They look out for each other. So the notion that these women are dying for a white knight, somebody to come along on a horse and pick them up, is completely ridiculous. I think that's more of a mindset that American women have, that they want you at the finish line. These women over here, man, they are handling their business. They making it. There's not enough American dudes coming over here for that to even be a reality for a lot of these women.
No.
Yeah, man.
Facts. Kyrie, you mind or Delano, one of y'all mind dropping off? I want to let Big Boss on.
Yeah,
I'll drop off, man. I really appreciate you, man, Aaron. Like I said, you inspired me, man, for real. It was a blessing I got to meet you in Colombia, man. I appreciate you, brothers, and you'll see me again, man. God bless.
God bless you too, bro. Congrats on the job as well, bro.
Yeah, congrats.
And Roger, thanks for coming up, man. Good talking to you. And not only that, and so here's the other thing too.
Hey, can you drop me off, man? Can you drop me off? Because I was on Google Chrome. Can you?
I got you.
Yeah. So the other thing too is that people just don't let you up in their family. Like if you're getting serious about somebody, you're gonna have to meet everybody. Mm-hmm. So and I remind guys, I'm like, look, I had to meet the father, all her brothers, and then all 4 of them, and then her uncles too. So I didn't just show up and go, okay, here I am, come and go with me. No, you gotta. There's an evaluation process, gentlemen. It's not you just show up and you start flashing passports and you're in. You got to put in the work just like you do with any other family. Matter of fact, I would submit. I was just going to say, I would say you might have to actually put in a lot more work, in the sense that we kind of know the situation with some of the women that we deal with, and in the United States. That being said, not to talk down on anything or anybody, but yeah, you got to run through the process to include, even the mother had to bless off on me. My mother-in-law is, she loves me. She loves, what I do for her daughter, and what I do to make sure that she's taken care of and all the other stuff. And she, she helps me out, looks out for me, and pops off from, every now and then when we link up, she, shows up with some of my favorite treats. She said, this is specifically for Kevin, and then stuff like that. So they really welcome you in, but you gotta be the right type of dude. You can't be coming in here with the foolery.
Yeah. That's facts. No, that is real facts. I remember my first touchdown in Barranquilla. I was talking to a girl for like quite some time, and she wanted me to meet the family right away. Like the first day I was out there, I'm like, damn, can I at least get a couple of days in before I meet the fam? Because meeting the fam is a big thing in America in our culture. But in Colombia, it's like they fast forward and everything because they do in-game dating. I want to welcome Global Passport crew to the panel, and also my guy Big Boss Real Talk. What up, Global Passport? Like that name, by the way, too, bro.
What's going on? How you
What's
guys
good
doing?
with you? We're doing great, man. We up in here.
Yeah, I want to chime in what Jules Travel said. I'm just one that's about traveling because I lived in Israel for 3 years, and I had a good experience over there. And I want our community to go out and travel. But yet, when I start spewing this, everybody's like, oh, he's some guys that's trying to go get himself a wife and stuff like that. No, I just love traveling, and I want to share that experience with all you guys. And that's why I applaud you guys for what you guys are doing. Y'all just want to break out from the norm of our culture and stuff in the Black community. Just stay in whatever area we're in. You're just going to explore the world. And like I said, my hat's off to all you guys for doing that.
Good stuff. Big Boss Real Talk, you there?
Yo, iggity biggity.
Boss lady.
What's up, BMT? Shout out to you on the panel.
Man, shout out to you, man. I see you end up putting in work, bro. You be putting up videos every day. I like it.
I kind of slowed down. I had to pick it back up. I'm coming out to Thailand. I'll be there in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You coming straight here, or you gonna go to some other spots?
Nah, I'm straight there, man. I'm straight to the neck. I land in Bangkok 10 in the morning. I'm getting on a bus and going right to Pattaya.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
Hey, the brother that lived in Israel, how they treat Black people in Israel? Because I heard about how they do the Ethiopians, the Falashas over there.
That's the Global Passport crew. Did you hear him?
I think
Global might have froze up on us, Xavier. Well, did I freeze up?
No,
yeah.
I think my man froze up. That's a good question, man, because we got Israel in the building right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, can I say 2 things before I head out, man?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
I'm in the show soon too, but go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I want to piggyback on what Kevin C said, man. Me personally, with my family, I'm from Jamaica. Yeah, if I am taking someone serious, they got to meet the family regardless. They got to get approval. And secondly, when I first went out to Europe, man, of course, the woman got infatuated and everything, but what got me even more is that I saw so many business opportunities for myself. I mean, being a DJ, I was like, man, I could really make it out here, man. And don't look at, I'm an entrepreneur. Don't look at the U.S. as just the ends all being all for making money, man. You could be abroad, starting business. I know Rob Roses does his thing in Colombia and all that stuff. It's so many other places to make money, man. Don't limit yourself just because the media says that so-and-so is dangerous. It's not, man. I mean, I have family living in Jamaica, living better than most people in the U.S. The media is lying to you, man. You can have a way better life. You know damn well it's people in Colombia living way better than people living in the suburbs of the U.S. Got a nicer house, a house that can actually survive a storm instead of getting blown off, destroyed because of some hurricane. My house in Jamaica is not. That house will never go. It's concrete. It's not no wooden home. You got.
Hey, are you still a DJ?
Well, oh yeah, I'm still a DJ, man.
Every club, at least 3 times a day. Every club I walk to over here in Europe, Eastern Europe, the owner stopped me and asked me if I can DJ. They want to hear black music every day. I'm like, no, I'm not a DJ.
I'm telling you, man, yo, it's money to be made, man. Not only as a DJ, but man, look, as long as you got a skill, utilize it. Make your money abroad, man. Live a better life. Start a family. Do something. But man, don't let this country limit you to living a half-ass life. That's all I gotta say.
Good point, man. Good point. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
That's definitely something that I deal with being in Africa, man. I get some crazy questions like, what about this or what about that? Like I heard they doing this over there, and I'm like, man. Now I've been to 4 different African countries, and I lived in South America for a year. I also lived in Asia for 2 years, and I didn't get any of those crazy questions over there. But I get to Africa, man, and I get, man, what about this? What about that? I heard they doing this, and I'm like, man, you got to start watching that news. It's literally, I feel like I've been to one country that was actually, somewhat dangerous, and that was South Africa. But as far as like Kenya, Tanzania, and Rwanda, they're all like, like super safe. Like in Tanzania, the police don't even carry like weapons, because it's like minimal crime out there. And I just, that's why I tried to make my channel or whatnot to show, and then to also show that, because there was a post in the group the other day. It was like a guy said he was interested in traveling to Africa, and he posted a picture.
Seen that. Yeah, I seen
bro.
that. Yeah.
And he was like, most women in I'm interested, but most women in Africa look like such and such. And I'm like, bruh. I'm like, this is a continent. This is not a city or a state or, or just a single country, man. There's no way every chick in Africa is dark skinned, or like look like, I'm not saying that, dark skin is a bad way to look, but I'm saying, North Africa is mostly white skinned people. East Africa, they get dark skin. South Africa was so mixed. There was so many different ethnicities there. It go from white all the way to dark skin, black. And then, it's just different compared to like, here how, certain people talk about certain places that they never been or ask these weird questions. And I'm like, well, damn, bro, from what I see, in certain parts of the DR, man, you can get stuck up at any moment, man, or and I've been to the DR multiple times and Colombia multiple times. And it's like, man, y'all not scared to go over there and deal with what's going on in that place. But, I get the weirdest questions. It's just like, I just don't understand it, man. And, when people say don't listen to what you see on the TV, I would, just advise you to just, experience some stuff yourself. Now, obviously, some countries, it is going to be the truth. But for the most part,
can I ask a question? Hey, Drew, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Is the movie Women King are they showing in movie theaters in Africa, and what are their response to that? That fiction. It's not real, by the way. It's not a true story, by the way.
Right.
What is their response to that?
I'm honestly not sure. What you say in Africa? So in different, in different countries, they're going to be showing.
Right. You've been
stuff.
in different. No, but the 3 countries you've been to. Well, the movie was just released somewhat. So
right.
The country that you're in now.
So the movie just came out, and at that time I was in Kenya, but I wasn't really interested in seeing the movie, so I didn't even check to see if it was playing. And so I can't give you how people are reacting to it or what people think about it. I know for the most part I've seen it on not YouTube but Facebook. How American women were responding to it, but as far as here in Africa, I didn't see it playing. I haven't checked it out myself, and pretty much. Most of the women that I come across in Africa, man, they don't believe in the women running the household. So I just can't imagine them seeing that and being like, oh my God, I'm about to become king or something. I don't know how they're reacting, to be completely honest with you. Like some places I've been to, like South Africa is like what I consider the carbon copy of America. It has all the American amenities, appliances, the infrastructure. They dress like us over there. Like I said, it's ran by white people. So majority of the people in like Cape Town, South Africa are mixed race. So that's where you're going to get that Brazilian look. That's where you're going to get that Hispanic look. And then, when you start going to the places that are majority black, like Johannesburg, that's where you're going to get like darker skin tones. But as far as like places like that, yeah, South Africa, you're going to find some feminists. Cause like I said, they watch everything we do and they replicate it. So yeah, that places like that, but places like Tanzania and Rwanda, where the man is still the head of the household, you know, stuff like that ain't gonna fly. Like, you know, this is, you know, still Africa, you know, so polygyny and stuff like that, a man being able to be married to more than one wife is still like a thing over here. So as far as a woman trying to be the head of the household, I didn't watch the movie. I don't know what it's about, to be honest. I didn't really even look into it, but personally, I just don't see it, you know, the whole woman king thing being an issue in the places I've been so far.
All right, good point. Good point. Let me catch the
And
super chats
real
real quick, man. Hold on,
sorry.
Xavier. Hold on, Xavier, because I know you got a question for Global back there. Shout out to James Hubert with the $5 super chat. He says it's not that you're special, it's that racist stigma is gone. It's okay to be black there. All right. Shout out to you. Appreciate that $5 super chat. I got another super chat here by Jesse Shorts with a $4.99. I really appreciate that. He says, "What's good, fellas? BMT. Can I get a yellow fever shot in Thailand? I'm heading to Kenya in December. Is it needed to enter Kenya?" All right, as far as the yellow fever shot, I'm not sure. Drew might can answer that as far as a yellow fever shot.
Yeah, it was one country that for sure. Well, hey, Shawty, was that Kenya where they asked for the yellow fever shot? It was here. Nah, I think it was Rwanda actually. You know, I was prior military, so I pretty much had all the vaccinations that we were supposed to have anyway. But it was Rwanda that asked me for it specifically. It wasn't and matter of fact, I don't even think they asked me. I don't remember them even asking me here, but yeah, I'm not 100%
asked. I know they
sure.
asked me for it because I left Brazil for Thailand. They asked me for a yellow fever shot. So I guess
Yeah,
it depends on where you're coming from.
if you're coming from America directly, you don't need it. But if you're traveling via Latin America, you're gonna need it, or South America, you're gonna need it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Xavier. You had a question for Global Passport Crew about
Yeah,
Israel?
no, it was actually. Oh, he's back on. All right. So
Yeah.
look, how are they treating black people in Israel? And I'm sure you've been there 3 years, so I'm sure you're familiar with the Falashas, the black Ethiopians that left Ethiopia to go to Israel. How are they treating black people there while you were there, from your experience?
As far as the black Ethiopians, I didn't see any issues or conflicts over there. Basically, with that whole culture, it's kind of cliquish. You have to be brought in, so to speak, and that was one of the things I didn't like. Some were open to you, some were not, and literally, it does look like racism, but it's a lot more cliquish. You're not part of this clique, then they just kind of blow you off. I didn't per se really have any issues. I've got along the blacks that were there. We had some blacks from Canada. They were treated well, but they from Jewish descent. In regards to my interactions with the Palestinians, they were just straight up cool. Didn't really have any issues with them at all. Israelis, I separate Israeli from being Jewish because we had some Jews that were there in Israel that didn't like the Israeli culture, basically, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a cliquish type of thing. But
Have you been to Jericho and seen black people in Jericho?
No, I basically stayed a lot in Tel Aviv. Did go down to Jerusalem. There is an area it's south of Jaffa in Tel Aviv, and there's a community of blacks there. Oddly enough, there was this thing because they have an issue with illegal immigration, but with them, it's not what you see with the immigrants on the boats coming across the water. It's more they have a tourist thing, homeland tourist thing where they invite people from Africa to go, check out and see Israel. And some of these people leave the tours and they go stay in Israel. They don't go back. So that's where their illegal immigrations is at. But there have been some riots when I was there because there was one incident where a kid black guy was shot by the IDF, but he had mental issues and he came after the IDF soldier with a knife. So that was one issue. And then there was another issue where a cop shot a kid doing some type of a street fight that was going on or something, and there was rioting for like 2 weeks. I mean, it was crazy.
And these were black people rioting, or more so just an
Yes.
uproar?
Yeah, it was the that whole Ethiopian community. They just went bananas, worse than what we see.
What are the black people living in Israel? Where they're from, other than the Ethiopian falashas, so-called falashas? Where they're from, like the black people in Israel?
Basically, from they do these what they call aliyet things. Aliyet means immigration. So these guys, they once in a while fly them out to Israel. So if they want to, be part of the Israeli culture, because if you're Jewish, they considered Israel your homeland. So it's like that. There's a movie on Netflix with Chris, what's his face, the guy that played Captain America, called Red Sea Resort.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's basically what they're doing right now, but they don't have to worry about being discovered by the government over there. They're bringing blacks over here, on these homeland flights, and I've dealt with a lot of them. They're pretty cool. I mean, they're cool.
Okay,
they like
so
it.
let me get real quick. Let me understand this. So if I decided to become Jewish tomorrow, I can become an Israeli citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember a few years back they were actually talking about forcing them out for some reason though. I remember there was
a
few years back.
Yeah, the birthright tours. Yeah, so you can
goes up a little bit.
So I can change my religion, go to a rabbi, and say I want to become Jewish.
Xavier, hold on, bro. Hold on.
I was just trying to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. But we've been at this for a minute, man. I want to thank everybody for joining the panel. I'm gonna get everybody's last little closing statements, and we're gonna go ahead and end the show because we've been out here for a minute, man. We've been out here 2 hours chopping it up, fam. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Dre. I think Dre been here the longest. You want anything? Say your closing statement before we log on off.
No, just stay traveling and don't listen to the people sitting back in America that ain't traveling because they clearly don't know what they're talking about when they open their mouth. A lot of times that's obvious with some of the stereotypes that they throw out there. They just want you for this. They want to do this. Y'all just going to do this. That type of talk is automatic. You know good and well these people ain't traveling nowhere. So just turn it off.
Facts. And I guess we'll do a Mapolean's last statement. Get in cars with strangers, right? From the airport.
No.
All right, Kevin C., go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I would just say, you gentlemen keep doing what you're doing. Whenever I see, guys having conversations, and I see more and more of these channels, and Jew Travels and Global Passport, I just subscribe to your channels. So shout out to you, gentlemen. I'll be looking at your content and stuff like that. I'll be, using some of your tips because my wife and I were going to be doing more traveling. But the other thing too is that you guys, the biggest thing. I'm always concerned about gentlemen who are young and don't have the life experience just yet, and getting caught up and just getting taken advantage of out here, and then not doing safe things. So I would always encourage you to just make sure you're traveling smart, link up with people who are out here already doing it, or somebody that's in the country, and then kind of get the tips before you go, and then obviously having your money right, and then having the right mindset in addition to taking advantage of those remote travel opportunities, what you're promoting there at BMT. I saved the link on your channel or on your website too. I'm not looking for work, but just in case I want to pass it up to somebody else who wants to do remote stuff, I'll be trying to spread the message. But hey, thanks for letting me up, gentlemen. And I like to come up and just kind of dispel a few of the rumors that are floating around out here. But you guys take care and be well, be safe.
Appreciate you coming on, Kevin. Xavier, go ahead, bro. Your last statement. All right, go ahead, Drew. I guess we might have lost Xavier there for a second.
Oh man, I just want to say appreciate you for having me on, brother. As always.
Yeah, we gotta do a show real soon, man. And I'm coming out there to holler at you too.
Man, you let me know, man. I'm always around.
All right, bet that, man.
Okay, yeah, I'm on.
Go ahead, Xavier.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely good being on the panel with everyone from all over the world. It's great to see, because I don't think there's ever going to be something like this going on. But yeah, definitely. It was great speaking with you and Jew in Africa. I'd definitely be in touch in the group. And also the brother in Israel. Wow, interesting to know about that. I didn't know you could change your religion and just go ahead and become a passport. So definitely it's good to know. Great to see you, Dre, the kid, and let's make some things happen, y'all. I'm glad to be a part of this.
All right, cool, cool. Big Boss, real talk. I know we got you in here at the end, bro. You still there? Okay, we might have lost Big Boss. Go ahead, Global Passport. And we gotta do an interview real soon, bro, because I want to learn more about Israel as well.
Definitely. My channel, Global Passport Crew, all about tips and tricks. I will be December 1st to the 9th at those places, and I will come back and show you how much money I saved on this trip, so that way I can pass that information on for you guys, so you guys can continue to travel at a cheaper rate. That's all what I'm all about.
That's what's up, man. We definitely gotta do an interview soon. You going to some countries I would never even imagine going to, so we definitely gotta do an interview real soon, bro. And be safe out there too.
I'll hit you up on that.
Okay, hit me on the email, man. blackmentravels@gmail.com. We'll set up a time.
Okay, cool.
All right. Big Boss, you about to be on out, man. You there? Big Boss, real talk. You there? All right, we might have lost Big Boss. Well, once again, family, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We out. Peace.
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 Peace out.